All right, welcome back, everybody. We have our night's duel. I'm Patrick Glenn, and in the booth with me is MH Patin Penglis. What's going on, MH?
Hello, Patrick. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Believe we're playing 8-ball, race to 10 today. We are at the Mad Apple Burgers and Billiard Company, located on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. Appreciate everybody joining us. If you can, like and share. Get it out there. All right, so I think I just missed the lag. That's what happens when you put me in the producer chair.
Yeah, no, Randy got the lag.
Okay.
His 11 ball right there. You can still see it's right there.
And he's our reigning champion from last week. I believe this is his second week with us.
Second week, okay.
Yep.
And how was that? Was that a close match last week?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Both players played really good. So expect to see some table runs today. Nick plays really strong.
Yep.
A local here, plays in our leagues.
Yep.
In fact, played him last Tuesday. And he won one, I won one.
No, he's been playing really well, Nick has. He's been playing pool league here. And
he's got a real finesse with the ball. You know, he plays everything nice and controlled. You'll never see him get too far out of line or just whack at a ball.
Yep.
He's always got a deliberate plan.
And he was practicing just now, and he was hitting the ball well.
And there's Mr. Andrew Bundy, one of our top fans, liking and sharing. Thank you, Andrew.
So a nice solid hit on the second ball there. And that second ball break can work really nicely, can't it? Look at that.
Everything's spread out, and nothing's in the middle. Everything's to the edges. So will that make it tough or not? I don't think it will.
And the first rack can send a message to your opponent.
Yeah, and I was talking with Nick earlier. He was feeling a little bit of the jitters. And it's perfectly normal. Anybody gets on a TV table, you know, you got a few hundred people watching, might get you shaken up. It's like playing in a tournament. When you start getting deep in a tournament, you almost start playing differently.
Right. And that fast and loose, careless play when you're playing so good is what got you there. And it's a shame to really change and lose that when you need it the most. You got to play like you don't care.
Yep, absolutely. Speaking of playing, did you watch any of the U.S. Open at all?
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff going on in the U.S. Open.
I haven't seen the is it still going, or is it?
It's over.
It's over.
FSR, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
I watched one of his matches. Yeah, he was playing very well.
He's having a great year this year. He I think he took second place in the World 10 ball against Shane Van Boening. So a very solid year for that young man.
Yeah.
Really disappointing, though. No Americans in the top 16. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and I was disappointed. I was rooting for Melling
and
Darren Appleton, who didn't quite make the cut.
Nope. Yeah, I'm a big Appleton fan. I like him. So he's still on the right off the break here. So if he can get that one ball out of trouble, he might possibly break and run.
I don't think he needs to break it out.
You think it goes?
I think he wishes he was straighter on this 7 and he could just roll it in. And
well, I mean, do you think he could get to the 1 right now? Maybe, but there would be nothing for him
he's
after.
at 11. He's trying to get on the 1 right now, but it's tough this way because you kind of leave the 7 ball down there. Oh, so he's drawing back for the 7. He wants a better angle on the 7, and he's ended up with pretty much the same angle, which means he can't stop.
Yeah, the problem with the angle he's got, though, is overcooking this ball. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to hold it for the 1.
Right. And assuming it does go on the side, which I'm pretty sure it does, he would love to have us be able to roll this 7 in and stay down there. But and that's why he tried to. That's why he shot that last shot to change that angle, because he was kind of in the same spot.
I mean, do you think you could? Do you think you could give it enough inside here to go into the 13? Like if you play the 7 and try to use that 13 as a stopper, but
possibly, but it's a lot of spin.
Yeah.
Oh, can he shoot the 1?
Yeah, but if he shoots the 1, where's Q going to end up?
Yeah, and the 15 ball was kind of in the way.
Yeah, see, he's going to be completely hooked here.
Wow. He wanted to drift over sideways, and that 7 ball does cut. And that's kind of a smart play. He just wishes he had punched that harder now.
Yeah, if he would have got over another half an inch, he'd have the 7 ball.
And the first rack, defines the sort of the mood of how this match starts. And if you break and run the first rack and your opponent hasn't settled in yet, and it might be all of a sudden you feel like you're losing and you haven't even shot,
Yeah.
That can make a big difference. But if he doesn't get out here, Nick's going to get a chance here to make a statement of his own.
It's going to be a tough shot here. Got a good hit. Well, actually got a pretty good roll. I mean, didn't leave anything easy here for Nick.
Yeah, I mean, priority number one here is to be able to make a ball. Now, the 13 might just go between the 15 and the 9 all the way up. Roll it in, pocket speed, hang it in front, block the 8-ball pocket if it doesn't go in, but at that kind of speed where it just hard enough to get there. And if it does go in, which is what you're trying to do, you're on that combination, the 14, and you've got a chance to get out then.
I wonder if he's going to just try playing the 11 and walking the cue ball up just to get safe
Play a
here.
little safety here. Yeah, I mean, that's an option as long as you don't drift out. The 11 ball's not kind of quite in the right spot for that. So if you, okay, so he made sure he stunned it, and he did get the hook on the 7. So yeah,
I think
it's
he
valid.
I think he left a little piece of it though. So Randy will be able to get a hit, but
Yeah, and it's not impossible to make a ball from here. You know, you kick it, you give it a chance, and it doesn't. Obviously, you don't guarantee you're going to make it, but you give it a chance to happen, and that's why the offensive shot, if you succeed in it, is better than the defensive shot.
yeah. Was he jumping?
Yeah, people make these balls. It's a
gonna
tough one because the 13 is kind of close to the 7, so it's got to land. It's going to come down steeply. Very difficult.
Hard to keep on the table here.
Yeah,
Oh, and it almost went off.
Yep, and he actually hit it, but didn't get to a rail.
So yeah, ball in hand.
Ball in hand. So you're going to see what he likes to do here, Nick. He's got a
Think-
choice.
I think you got to start with that combo maybe. Or
Yeah, I was kind of feeling
do
that too,
something.
except for the 13. Getting on the 13's awkward, so you can get on the combo with the 13. So yeah, I like this. I like this shot choice here.
Do you try to run into the 14 or do you set up for the combo?
There's no need to do that.
Yeah.
It's a nice, friendly combination. If you get straight on it, you can just pop it in gently.
Oh yeah, and he's pretty good on it
Yeah.
here.
So that's good.
What's the back of his shirt say? The damn Yankees.
Yeah, that's a bar out in Hortonville, which he plays pool at sometimes.
Also a good 80s rock band.
Is it?
The damn Yankees. You never heard of the damn Yankees?
Oh yeah, he's probably
One of the
It's named after that.
hair
probably.
bands.
Is it? They have any good songs, do they?
Yeah, none that are coming off the top of my head. Wasn't really my genre. Okay. Looking
That's not
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. He's nicely on the 15 ball.
Yeah, just almost
Just roll it in.
a little stop shot or drop back a little bit.
I think just roll forward for the 9 ball.
You go forward here to the 9?
Yeah. Just gently roll this 15 in, you'll be fine.
I was thinking about shooting the 11 all the way up to get on the 15. Go 11, 59, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you can definitely do that if you feel confident about making that ball. You don't want to shoot a shot that you can miss, but that's no reason not to take it, and fear yourself out of it.
So we got awfully close to his
He
work
did,
there.
but he's okay here. He's just got to just play a nice little. It's a very speed-sensitive shot, and I get why you said the reason you wanted to shoot the 11 is because you don't like this shot right here, or
Nope.
you think it's if you don't get the speed right. If he gets the speed right, he's perfect.
Oh, he missed a
don't hit the
shot.
ball.
That's unfortunate. And left him a pretty good angle on the 7 here, too.
Well, yeah. Now we get to find out a little bit about Randy here, because he's definitely got a chance here. He's going to have to zip around the table.
See, I just come off the top rail here.
Oh, really? No, I would just stun it. So it goes into the 2 corner rails, and then it zips across the middle of the table to the other long rail, from one long rail to the other long rail, and now you end up straight on the 8.
I do look he's doing right
Stun. 90-degree tangent line.
now. Just right down.
Yeah, he followed that. And that
He's going to get behind the 9. No.
yeah, it's a game of millimeters, isn't it?
I think he can come off the rail here.
Yeah, I think he has to, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So this is tough to judge,
Little tricky
because when you
shot.
come off the rail, you're just thin snicking the 8. It's not a full contact. It's easy to hit it too thin, and
Oh, you see
missing
what
the ball completely is close to that.
you see what he's doing there, right? So he's doubling the distance and then drawing a line, and now where his cue's intersecting on the cushion, That's where he's got to
That's where you're
hit.
going to aim for.
Right where he's pointing is
Yeah.
where he's going to
Little
hit.
mirror image.
Yep. That was a trick somebody taught me a while back. It works
Well,
pretty
that's what
good.
that's what I do all the time. The key is making sure you put the mirror in the right place.
Yeah. I see he just took his cue away from it. There it is. Tough shot here.
Well, a valiant effort. It was a good hit. Advantage stripes. I know this is only the first game, but this is a big moment
Yeah, I mean, Randy.
so far.
He started running hot, and then he got just out of line on his last ball, and giving Nick an opportunity here to take the first rack.
He's called the 11, and I think the 11, well, he just thinks his position's more automatic. So, yeah, if he likes the 11 and he makes the 11, absolutely the right shot.
Very nicely done.
He made sure of it, punched it in. He's absolutely fine, and this is good because of where the 8-ball is.
Almost a missable shot here, just because it's close to the rail.
You've got to bear down and make sure this ball goes in.
Yeah, and that's all you got to do is focus on making it, because, I mean, you can hit the 8 from almost anywhere on the table
Just
here.
roll it in, yeah, and you'll end up absolutely perfect. There it is. Did he?
Ooh, had to watch his side pocket a little bit.
Yeah, right.
So it looks like Nick's going to take our first game. Race to 10. There you have it.
There you go. High five.
Very nice.
Going to be a good match. Race to 10.
So were you at the wedding yesterday for Fong?
Yep, Fong's wedding. Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely. Those two are.
Big congratulations out to him.
Yep.
If he's watching, shame on you. Day after your wedding, watching pool.
Yep.
I know I'd probably be watching. But, all right, we're getting some viewers in. Again, folks, if you're at home, please like and share. Let everyone know we're back up and running. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I was running late to that wedding, and I kind of raced in, and you go into the aisle, and they're up there, standing up there, and got to figure out where you're going to sit, right? And you're running in, and everybody on the left side of the aisle,
It's like groom side, bride side.
was white, and everybody on the right side, most of them were Asians, and I automatically went to the wrong one because I was on the Fong side. I should have been, right?
Yeah, you should have been on the Asian side then.
Well, that's
Yeah.
right. But yeah, no, it's fun. Good people, all of them.
That's funny.
I was chit-chatting with Fong's uncle, who's a three-cushion billiard player.
Oh, okay.
We had a good old chit-chat about that. Yeah, I know that he plays a lot of... That's what him and all his friends, three-cushion billiards.
I told you my wife's cousin a few months ago, she married a guy from England. She's actually moving out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so his whole family was here for the wedding. They're all from the UK. And, I asked him, I'm like, so, what happened there? Miscue on the break.
Tried a little
Hand
bit too
scratch.
much. So you give it a little bit of extra.
Yeah.
And that extra comes from a part of the arm that you shouldn't be using.
So, back to the wedding story.
Yeah.
Got all the Brits there, and I asked the father of the groom, I'm like, so what do you guys think? Weddings in England, are they similar? What do you think? How do you like in America?
Oh, what
It's
do you say?
Well, he was very interesting here, Honestly, I'm like, well, similar or not? He's like, I mean, a little similar, but a lot more drinking at our weddings.
Ah.
And I was like, what do you we're in Wisconsin. Everybody's drinking.
Yeah, that's...
But he's like, yeah, no, they drink really heavy at the wedding or something. I thought that was funny. I was like, to outdrink a Wisconsin wedding, that's an accomplishment, I guess.
So Randy gets the option. It was Nick's break, and he fouled. Randy gets the option of just taking the break over himself, and that's what he's going to do.
And his first break,
I
he
don't know if
cracked
he checked
him
the
wide
balls.
open.
Did he rack? Is he hitting Nick's rack? And his second ball break for the second game in a row has been very productive and just totally opened up all the balls. So that second ball break, a viable option, really.
Yeah, and
People say, "Oh yeah, you do that because you were trying to make the 8-ball on the break." No,
without really putting a huge stroke into it, you can really split them apart with that second ball break.
Yeah. And I used to, but I haven't hit it for a long time because now I hit the third ball.
Yeah, we noticed that last time you were on the stream. I noticed.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
And they open up really good that way
is
too.
he hitting the third ball?
Yeah.
And yeah, we looked back and you were hitting the third ball. So taking away one of his problem balls right away here. Yeah,
So he had
solids look really good now.
Yeah, he had a good chance to break and run that first rack. And now
He's got a good chance for this one. I mean, he does got to take a decent shot here on the 1. The 13's kind of in his way a little bit.
Yeah, he's got the 1 ball, hasn't he? And if you play a little stop shot, you're on the 2 and you can get down there. There it is, a sweet little stop shot.
Yeah, there's nothing really too tough about
So
this
now
right
he's got some options here. And you'd like to be maybe a little bit straighter on this too, but unless you like this sort of draw shot down into that gap, gently.
Ms. Semnu Supkiss is with us from her mountain. Welcome back.
Just roll forward there and negotiate a little kiss on the strike ball, and he's sitting good.
Yeah, honestly, the 6 balls is only really tricky ball, but you're probably going to use that to get on your 8.
Yeah, and this kind of key shot here is I'm assuming he's going to shoot the 4 and then the 3, and you use the 3 to get nicely positioned on the next ball. So your angle on the 3 ball, you'd actually like to be below it, right where the 4 ball is. If you could play a stop shot on the 4 ball, but you can't because, of course,
I think
you've
he's
got a cut on it. But
going to go.
so he's going to end up above the 3.
Yeah, 4, 3, 5, 6.
And it's okay if he ends up on the 5 after this shot, really. He might just be trying to get on the 5.
He got a lot of angle now.
Yep.
This is going to be tough now.
So here I think I like to, you've got to roll this 3 ball in. It's got to go in and let the cue ball hit the 2 green balls, the 6 and the 14 up there. If you can see your way to just nudging into those balls, they'll hold the cue ball for position.
See if he can do it.
Yeah, a little bit of inside spin. Otherwise, you don't want to drift behind him. You get hooked. He put a lot of spin on that ball.
Where's that cue ball going?
Yeah, he's absolutely fine.
Oh, so he's almost perfect here to get.
Yeah, a lot of spin on that ball.
Yeah. He's going to have to play here to take the long shot on the 6, though.
Yeah, and it's tricky this because, I mean, how do you shoot this? Do you roll this 5 ball in? Then you can end up straight on the 6, but you're sort of frozen or too close to the end rail.
Yeah, that's
If you hit it with any more speed, you're going into hook territory and you're going to hide behind the 14. So you don't dare hit this shot too hard.
Yeah, that's the decision process. Like, trying not to get on the rail could get you in trouble. You just want to come off the rail just a little bit.
And truthfully, he doesn't have to put any draw or anything when he shoots the 6. He can let that roll. So he doesn't have to be afraid of the rail. Just don't be frozen on it. And you hit a follow rolling shot on the 6.
See how he does it here.
Maybe there's a way to stun over, but I think I'd be hitting this sort of dead super slow.
Yeah, super. Ooh, he cooked it.
He's
going to play in the same pocket. Yeah, he just cooked it.
It's not a bad decision. It's a very speed-sensitive shot, and he didn't like, that doinky shot that I was describing.
I liked it.
And if it ended up, half a cue length shorter on that shot, it'd be sitting pretty, but you got to get the speed right.
He's going to need a nice shot here.
Yeah. And this stripe can slow the cue ball down.
Yep. So there it is again. I mean, he runs out to 1 ball and then,
And of course, in 8 ball, that's the worst thing you can do. 1 ball hell.
Yeah.
Stripes now has all the options. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get out unless you figure out a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And the safety is not in the end going to win you the game. What's going to win you the game is making the balls, and you've got a wide open chance. So you're going to start out trying to do that. The only thing to note is because the 10 ball is blocked by the 9, you want to shoot the 9 ball early.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Somewhere in your pattern is first ball if you can. Is usually how I feel.
Well, you got to use every opportunity, I think, to get on that 9. Just because.
Yeah. And then getting position on the 10 ball because the 6 ball's there. You've got a sort of a tight window, so you've got to work on that too.
Yeah.
I suppose in the end there's a 10-9 combination you could play if you sort of run out of ways to pick the 9 ball off first.
Okay.
He's probably thinking he wanted to be on it there. No, see how nice he likes his cut shots. 9 ball's not impossible, but it's not really very nice, is it?
I think you might see him play safe.
Yeah,
here.
there's always that.
Like
How does he sit for that? All you have to do is get the cue ball up table.
It's a tricky shot.
Past the 8 ball, somewhere up there.
Very speed sensitive, but just nicking the 10 and getting the 10 between the cue and the 6.
What you risk is leaving him a bank shot on the 6, and
Yeah.
bank shots on the 6 could go in, and so you've given him a chance to do something. But here's what I'd be thinking. He's got a shot on the 14 right now because he's so close, not far off straight. He could pop the 14 in and be on the 9. And why give up a chance to
He's
run out?
also got the 12 ball too. I mean, it's in both shots. Both shots are tough.
It looks like it doesn't look well. Maybe behind it looks to me that doesn't look too tough. That 14. Drift over a little bit, but okay. So he's played safety.
No, he's played the
He's
12.
shot the ball. All right.
Or did he call safe? Well, he called safe. I think he was just trying to set that 12
and broke rule number 97, which is if you're playing safe, don't make the ball. Leave it up there. You'll be more handy if it was hanging, that ball.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hang it. No real home for the 6. I mean,
he's got a cut shot.
Does he
Hail Mary cut shot, which is not that
Oh yeah.
impossible. Just got to stroke this in good and lob it towards the corner pocket and give it a chance. Nice thin hit.
What's he doing here though? He ain't cutting. I think he's going to try to block the pocket or tie. He's trying to tie up a ball.
So it's interesting. We see how these guys attack this safety battle. Now, that was a sort of a negative safety there on the 6 ball, saying, look, you can't get out. And guess what? Neither can I, because I've just put the 6 ball in a non-shootable place.
Yeah, well,
Nick's not in any desperate hurry, but what I would say again is don't make balls if it's not winning you the game.
He's just going to hit the 9 here and play safe.
Yeah, I would think so. Just let them 9 bounce off the rail and leave the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah, because it opens up the 9.
Yeah.
And then affords you position on the 10.
And then he's going to give you ball in hand.
Wow, he's going to
go for it. He's got a chance. If he gets out, that's okay. Oh, no, okay. He's...
Wow, that is not really going to do him.
Stripe still has the advantage, but what he's done is he's taking away his own chances to get out. And as a player who's hunting for the 8 ball, does this get you there? Yes, it might well, because in the safety battle, he's still a favorite because he's got 3 balls. And his opponent's only got 1. But what are you going to do? It's no good saying you've got an advantage if you don't come up with a plan here. He could pop these open right now.
Oh, yeah.
Play a kiss shot off the 14 onto that 3 ball combination, the 6, 10, 9. Open them up.
He could play safe again, just hit the 9, keep the cue ball at top of the table. And that way it'll bust out the 9. And there's nothing he could do.
I don't know. I'd really be going for this here and popping them open. But that's not the only way to go.
I like hitting.
But if you're gonna play safe, make sure you don't make a ball. So he's playing this combination on the 10 ball.
Can you make?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
He can get this.
I did not see that at all. Yeah, that was tough.
Well, at least he's kept the 9 in front of the pocket, so he didn't sell out. And now he's put a real problem for his opponent.
Yeah, you almost got to think about carrying him in off the 6 into the 9, making it.
Yeah, and when you look at the overhead view, that looks almost impossible, really, doesn't it, from there? But maybe snick off the 6. Make the 9, and if he could, what he needed to do in addition is hook him behind the 8 ball, and then that would have been a super, super good killer safety. But as it is, he's left Nick a shot here.
Yeah, and all he's got to do is really make this ball, and he's going to have natural shape on that 8.
Yep.
I don't think he's cutting it enough. He did cut it enough. It rattled in.
Well, and he's played it in a way that, it did go in.
It did go rattled in. It didn't look like he was cutting it enough, but it wiped its feet and went in.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit half a diamond high off the rail, and it still went. It's because he put, the right speed, the right spin. Good-looking shot there.
There you go. Rolls the 8 ball in, makes sure of it. Picks off the first 2 games.
Well, I think he got rid of the nerves.
Yeah, and so in the end, he went for kind of an aggressive out.
So, and Nick, he's been playing well down at the Ronald McDonald tournament down there in Sussex. He finished in the top 3, and there's 40
I heard about that.
40-plus players. Good players, too. It was a really good time.
So I asked Randy. I went down and introduced myself, and I know he was here last week, and I know I've seen him around, but I'd heard he does cue work, and so I went down and chit-chatted with him about that. Yeah, he's started making cues. He's made sort of like 2.
I think he makes his own carbon fiber shafts.
Maybe.
I think if you can scroll down there, I think Randy Smith is right there on the left, where it says Q. What type of cue does it say?
Yeah, okay, so he plays with a BK3, but with a shaft that he made.
Yeah, he makes his own shafts. That's right.
And that's probably the break for the break cue. And then Jacoby butt with the shaft that he made for his regular shooting cue. So he made his own shafts.
Yep.
And what are they? Carbon fiber? We'll get a good look
I
in a
know
minute.
one is a carbon fiber, I
Yeah.
believe. Oh, you know what? That just reminds me. The tournament I'm playing in, one of the Marines was gracious enough to get us a cue. We'll have a few cues up for auction or for raffle or whatever, but this is a Viking cue, and I was going to have you take a look at it. Might need to be like refinished or something. I don't know if you do that type of work or basically
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
cleaning up the shaft or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, have him bring it in. Take a little look at it.
Well, yeah, I have it.
Oh, you have it, yeah.
I meant to bring it today to show
Okay.
it to you, but
Yep.
I'm
Refinish
absent-minded.
it. Either do a little finish here or send it to Viking.
Okay, I got scatterbrained here. What happened on the break? Nothing dropped or?
No, he did. So he broke, made a ball, Nick. Kind of coming straight at the head ball with his break cue, which has a bulletproof ferrule. They call it ferrule tip combo, which means it's just a one-piece ferrule, no tip, unless you count, the curved surface of the ferrule. But it's those transparent ones, so you can see the. Have you seen those yet, Patrick?
The
transparent ferrule, so you see the threads because we tap them and thread them. There's a wooden tenon inside.
No, I haven't seen that.
Let's screw it on, and then you see the glue.
Like where the white part is, that whole thing?
It's transparent.
Oh, wow. No, I've not seen
so
that.
you can see how it's attached.
I've seen, what do you call the inlay above it, the clear ones, like Kamui usually uses.
Yeah, the
them.
little transparent wafer. Yep.
Yeah, the wafer, yes. Oh, no, how did that happen? We got Tinder spam. Maybe if Chris G is here, I can try to get rid of him. Chris is like, what are they trying to tell me? Because so you're only supposed to be able to chat and chime in, as if you're a subscriber. So I don't know how they got on here. I'm gonna try and go remove them.
So Nick chose solids there, and he's just hit that one a little thick, but it stayed in front of the 9, so he's got a pretty good position there.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Chris knows.
Stripes. It looks like the position of the 8 and the 15 is good for solids, but not good for stripes, because the 8 ball looks like it goes. So Randy has got some issues here to deal with, including the 8 ball. And I know it seems, thinking a long ways ahead, thinking about how am I going to break the 8 ball out, but there's no point shooting off your balls. He's got to break the 15 out, is what he's got to break, and the 8 ball.
Yeah, I don't
goes.
really.
Oh, maybe the 15 goes. So he's shooting it right now. He's going to hit it super soft and at hanging speed.
I don't think that goes. I think he's just.
If he gets it in
positioning.
front, it's a sort of a tactical advantage. But he wants it to drop. Oh, yeah. So
he was
edge of
trying
the
to-
8 ball. He
yeah.
was hitting it hard enough, yeah. And the edge of the 8 ball was definitely in the way on that shot.
Well, what he's done there is he's completely blocked off the 7 ball for Nick, unless he can find a way to use maybe the 5 or the 2 to play a combo.
Yeah. Or a kiss shot.
Yeah.
Depending on what angle he's got on the 2 ball now. I don't think it might be a little bit too straight. But to pop that 2 ball in and draw right into him right now. Problem with that is the 5 and the 3 are blocked into the long pocket by the 13, so it's tough to imagine getting a shot after shooting that. So he could roll the 3 ball in here and leave himself straight on the combination, the 5-7.
And that 5 ball, you almost have to, if you play that 5-7 combo, you almost have to play the 5 off the rail.
He's shooting at the 2 ball here. What's the plan? You don't really need to break that out at all, actually. It's good for solids. What am I talking about? Why do anything silly? I think you could still end with this combination, but you might as well use the 3 to get on the 1 first. Just get it out of there, because the 1 ball is kind of awkward.
Yeah, the outlier.
It's got 2 different possible pockets, but they're sort of... It's one of those awkward ones to get on. And he's hit it hard enough to go up for the 1. I'd like to go on a little bit more. And then finish this off with a gently controlled combination on the 5-7. But the problem there is you have to really know what you're doing with the 5 ball, because that's got to be your next shot.
Yeah, and looking at the 1 ball, you almost got to run into the 13. Otherwise, you could possibly get hooked behind it.
Yeah, and you don't want to play this combination now, because then you've got to go from the combination to the 1 instead of the combination, to the 8.
Now, would you play the 5 just into the 7 or into the 9?
Into the 7,
Into
because
the
you want the
7,
5 to be hanging over the pocket when you're done with the shot. It's just gentle dead weight, just barely touch the 7. Give it just enough forward roll so that the 5 ball rolls forward a half a ball or a ball, and then it's hanging in the pocket.
Only problem I see with that is if he hits it so clean and he doesn't move that 9 at all, then that 9 could be blocking his 5 once it goes in front of the pocket.
But he just wants to get rid of this 1 ball first, because that situation down there, that was a good shot. He decided just to get rid of it because that 1 ball was not going to do him any favors later. So this is the key shot here.
Yeah,
I think he's going to hit this absolutely dead slow weight,
well,
so that the 1 and the 5 are both on the side rail, and he has a shot.
I'm almost kind of playing this 5 off the rail, off the 9, because that'll slow the 5 down.
Does it? You think it's going to stay there? Maybe. Look at that shot. That's what you said.
Just like that.
Now, that's the problem with nudging the 9, because the 8 was open. It's not bad, though, because he's obviously got a breakout here.
Yeah, he can push it out a little bit here.
He wants me to come and watch this hit.
Oh, really? This looks like a clean hit all day. Yeah, he's going to have to get kind of a roll here to get on the 8. He's got to push the 8 over. What's going on?
Let's go, man. We'll fill in for a second.
What's your name again?
My name is Lyle Gable.
Lyle Gable, our King of the Hill currently.
All right, here comes Mr. Penglay's back again. Here he is. All right, take over from here. I left you in good hands.
Thank you, Lyle. That was our current king joining us in the booth. Just got done playing a ring game with us. He took us all to school.
Lyle was taking Little John's advice from that clip they keep playing and just popping on in here.
just here we go.
No.
If anybody's watching, just peep in here. Just say hi.
I get a kick every
If
time
I'd known
I
you
hear
played it just because I brought it up, I would have kept my mouth shut.
Nick with a really good effort there for that kick shot.
Yeah, and that was the problem with that. It was a complex little finish with all the balls and the stripe in the way.
Not a totally clean out here. I mean, the 11 and the 14 could become a problem, possibly.
Yeah, and even that first shot, I don't think has put him in good position, really. He rolled that ball in, and now what's he got? He's got to take a long shot on the 9 ball, which if he hits well, he'll be absolutely fine.
Tell you what, he doesn't want to miss anything on the top of the table because he's probably going to sell out. But, for instance, if he shoots his 12 ball.
Into what? The corner, the long corner past the 15?
If it goes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if he misses, he doesn't sell it out.
Oh, he may have a shot on the 15.
Yeah, if he misses his 15, though,
he does.
Could be in trouble.
Yeah, he's got a clear shot at the 15. Yeah, you've got to make this ball.
and put a nice
And
stroke
he
on
did
it.
nicely. So that shot there has earned him sort of favorite to win this rack now. Got to get back down table to get on the 8.
Does that 14 look like it goes
Yeah,
by
and that's
the
why
11?
he's trying to leave the 9 ball there and not shoot it now. Another shot. Got to bear down and make sure you make this one.
Okay.
He's still not quite under control yet in this rack.
Yeah, just a little bit out of line, but he's
he did
pretty
the important
good.
thing, which was make that ball.
Yeah, he's going to
But
be
he's got
good.
another, awkwardly half cut. So let's see if he recovers well. And that was just a little bit too much.
Uh-oh, is he going to get behind the 9-9? Nope. Left Nick straight in.
Yeah, and left. There was no element of safety there, and that was a tough shot, really. And in hindsight, you shoot it a little bit softer so that it doesn't sell out, and it could be a two-way shot. You know what I mean? The 8 ball's down there, and that shot could be hidden in such a way to make it a two-way safe shot.
So Nick takes wiped his feet a little bit there. Take a look at that shot
A
again.
commanding 3-0 lead here for Nick.
Watch
Just
this.
what he wanted.
Watch this 8 ball. It hits almost a diamond up and rattles in.
Yeah. Good speed.
Yeah. Miss M News Supkiss in the house saying hello, Mad Apple. Looks like she had to go put, what did she say? Had to put the tractor away. But yeah, Nick starting off 3-0. Strong lead here. See if Randy can crank one out here, get back in the game.
Yeah, and Randy's kind of been in every rack there, showing you that he's dangerous, and he's got, good ways to run out and plan. He's planning well and hitting the ball well, but in every rack so far, there's been at least one shot which he'd like to take back.
Well, yeah, he's done it twice right now where he runs 6 little balls off the table
Yep.
and then just gets funny on the 7th ball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you're going to run out, you got to finish it.
Yeah. It's like me. I play really awesome 7 out of 8 shots.
That's how it goes sometimes. I'll tell you, that's the biggest problem I have at League is, doing just like that, running 6 balls or even all 7 balls and then just hooking myself on the 8.
So let's see how his break's working here. Going at the head ball, hit it as hard as he can.
He's really far away from the cue. You see how far the cue
And a
ball?
long follow through. They blasted out good. Ball's
Yeah.
flying in pocket, so that's a successful break.
He really smashed it there.
He would love a break and run in this match. And right now would be a perfect time to do it.
Supkiss is saying Nick is like me. He's got glasses, and I just started wearing my glasses. I wear them for driving, but I really should be playing with glasses because the balls are all blurry. And when
But
I put my glasses
when you get
on,
down into your stroke, Patrick, are you looking over your glasses, or are your glasses causing you to keep your head higher than you might?
so
or
the
you
problem.
are you naturally a higher stance anyway, right? Your head's not too low.
No, I get pretty low.
Oh, okay.
But my problem is when I got my glasses on, like I'm looking through my glasses, but the frame gets.
Okay.
It's like messing with my peripheral all the
Yeah,
time,
right.
and it's just really annoying. I
And
guess
they do make special
Yeah, Kendall was telling me about them,
pool
and I'm
glasses.
thinking
It
about.
looks like you've got your glasses on upside down. Imagine, because it's got this very high part going up to your forehead.
Yeah.
But you could even do the same thing with yours if you add a little nose thing. I always think under the bridge of your glasses there to raise, just hold your glasses higher than they're supposed to be. Add an extra double nose bridge there to
Yeah.
just increase the height there.
Because if I'm not wearing even the thank you sign up there, I can't read that without my glasses.
Or get laser eye surgery.
Ooh, I'm afraid.
I had it done.
Did you?
7 seconds of zit, 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 and then...
But it's LASIK,
and
right?
they
They cut you with a knife, or did they use an actual laser?
They use a laser, but they actually slice, or what they did for me is they slice the top layer of your lens and fold it back.
Yeah.
Then they laser the stuff underneath to remove material and change the prescription, and then they fold that flat back, and it heals back on. And so you've still got the same top surface on your lens. They haven't removed the top surface. They've removed a layer underneath. And it takes about 7 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. Haven't had the courage to go and do that yet.
Meanwhile, potential break and run here for Nick.
Yeah.
He's popped those off. He's storming around the table at good pace.
It's getting a little tight though.
Yeah, it's key here is if you were really nice, like where he's shooting his, holding his stick there. If you happen to be really on that line, you feel really nice on the 3, and you can get on the 6.
And he could
but
do
any
that.
other angle, and all of a sudden it's kind of tough. Or do you want to?
I think he'll be good to get to the 3, like up towards the top rail. Just natural drop this 4 on the side, and get that 4 to creep up there maybe.
Yeah, this is tough though, isn't it? Because it's quite an angle to cut it in the side pocket, so you're not staying there.
Yeah, you're right there.
You might even consider rolling the 3 ball in and just letting yourself have a little double hit on the 13 stripe there, and stay kind of there for the 4, and use the 4 because a kind of a stop shot on the 4, if you played it into the long corner or even the side, gets you on the 6.
Yeah, he's checking out the angle of the way it's going to come off the rail. Will it go there?
Yeah. So he's got himself a little problem here.
See how
Can he
hits it.
hold this cue ball? Where's the cue ball rolling off to?
Oh no, he missed the shot.
Yeah. And if he cut it thin enough, the cue ball would have been traveling even faster.
But what did he leave Randy
But what
here?
did he leave? It actually,
Not much.
these balls all cover each other. The only ball he can really cleanly hit is the 12. It might, I know it's a narrow angle, just be a straight shot straight in the side pocket.
The 12 ball? Wow.
Looks like a dead straight shot. Now, whether the pocket would even let a ball in at that angle, I'm not sure.
Got a nice hit there. It's really going to make some work for Nick here.
Yeah, and that's helped. That was a good shot from Stripes. It's made Stripes favourable. Nick's got a big problem now with these 2 balls. How do you hit this shot and not leave Stripes a chance to get out? And the answer is, don't know.
The answer is what he just did,
Well,
I think.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he's got the...
Because he has frozen, he's not he's covered the 12 ball, so he doesn't have a shot on that. He's got this,
Yeah, he's got to do the kick shot here.
second attempt
Yeah.
at the kick on the 13.
So now if he
And,
misses this
it's-
kick, he might actually leave Nick a shot. And
he hit that a lot harder than I thought. He was obviously trying to get out for position, which is why he felt he had to hit it harder. But he hasn't sold out. Solids still in a world of hurt because the 6 ball is tough to see a plan on there unless you get some kind of nice angle on the 3.
It almost hurts to look at the 4 ball sitting right in front of the pocket.
Can
You
he?
can't hit it
I mean,
in.
can he snick that in and then allow the cue ball to fly and break stuff up? No, that's probably not going to work.
I don't think you can.
No, you end up not hitting him anyway. But
You might be able to.
how
I don't
negative?
know.
Earlier he played a double negative shot where he just rolled things in and said, "Look, if I'm not getting out, you're not getting out. No one's getting out."
I mean, one thing you could do is just shoot the ball straight. Oh, no, you can't. I was going to say, maybe you can come off the bottom rail with some
Well,
crazy
I mean,
English and run into the 4, but I don't know.
but you don't have to be desperate as long as you know that the 12 ball, I was going to say, is safe. He's kind of popped them all open.
Well, he got the ball on the rail. but-
Problem with that is he has opened up the Randy's problem balls.
Yeah.
So Randy actually does have a good shot here, whereas before that shot, if he'd played the same kind of line but super soft so nothing broke up,
I think,
Randy wouldn't really have a clear out here.
I think Randy's going to go take himself a break. Nick just came in and gave the booth
Yep.
a look.
And he's playing good.
Yeah, I mean, he's left Randy a pretty good opportunity, like you said. Nothing's being blocked. Table's wide open here. I think Randy's definitely favored to get out. Taking a little player break, though.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to be too biased here in the commentary box because Nick is a good friend of mine. And nothing against Randy, but I only just met him. And I'm looking for a good battle from both of them.
Always trying to see.
And they've
a
both
good
been
battle.
playing good. I like the style of both players.
So that you can see Randy's cue on the table there. That's the shaft that he has made, a carbon fiber shaft. Looks like it's got a really high taper.
Oh, yeah. Nick's just talking to me about he's indicating his break tip because he miscued and now he thinks he probably needs to shave it or something. And I'm the one who shaped it for him. But as long as he doesn't hit that same spot, because that one rack he kind of miscued. And when you miscue, it's tough to imagine, but believe it or not, it is true. It gets so hot it burns. Oh. And after you miscue next time, take a look at your cue and realize that little brown mark is brown because it burnt. And it makes it shinier. And so miscuing once makes it more likely that you're going to miscue again because you just burnt it into a nice shiny tip. So that's why after a miscue, you always want to
rough it up a little bit. Speaking of tips, can you believe the tip job that my brother-in-law sent me? I forwarded to you.
Yeah.
I mean, how mushroom that thing was. It was I've never seen a tip replacement done so poorly.
And who did that one?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to put on anybody's name, but yeah, I'll tell you what. If you need cue repair tips stuff, I mean, definitely come here CMH because you've done all my tips and
people come from far and wide to have me work on their cues.
Yeah,
put their tips on.
Okay, does he get on the 6 ball here? He does.
So here's a key shot here. It is possible for him to roll this in with a bunch of left-hand spin and just send the cue ball nicely through that gap between the 8 and the pink 12.
Yeah, the problem with putting inside spin is it makes the shot exponentially harder.
Well, you've got to focus that you hit at the right speed.
Yeah.
If you get the speed wrong, you miss the shot. So it's got to be the right speed for that shot that you're playing.
He's going definitely inside here. Hit that really nice.
Use the backside of the 8 ball to get position.
He just got really unfortunate there. He's hooked.
Is he behind the 13 a little bit?
He's got he's
getting down right away and shooting. And I don't know if it's a real first shot that he's playing, but tricky to get on the 8 now. You need to control this well.
Oh wow, he had it.
Sneak through.
He had it.
He has a chance.
Wow.
He has a chance. So he would love to be a little bit higher up the table, but he got his wish, which was a chance to sneak this 8 ball in.
So I was able to save that 3 ball shot. We're going to take another look at that.
Yeah.
He did not, I mean, he used every inch of space he had to get at the 3.
Tricky shot this.
Got to walk it up. Uh-oh.
Overcut it.
Overcut.
Don't see that as much. It always seems easy to just chunk those ones real thick and drive it into the
Here's a look at
near rail.
3 ball. See how close he's got to get to the 13 here?
Yeah. And he is using right-hand spin, so it's probably bending just a little bit.
It's a nice shot.
And he got around the 12 ball, which was the good news. And those 2 stripes.
Well, and he's created a little bit of a problem for Randy, too, because he's blocking a pocket that Randy desperately needs, I think, here.
That's right. And not only is he blocking that pocket, which Randy could use, is that 10 and the 13. They're awkward.
Too. Yeah.
They could be sitting just a little bit different and look really, really nice. But no, that's kind of difficult. So I think he has to... You either have to somehow have position on the 13 in the side pocket, so there's a tiny little window behind there. But it seems tough to imagine getting on it.
And even if he tried to play some type of save here because of where the 8's at, I mean it's very kickable.
Biggest challenge right here is just don't leave a good shot on the 8 ball, and that's not automatic. You've chosen to play safety, but it's not automatic that you don't just sell out here.
It's not going to be good.
And there we go, just sold out.
Yeah, I think he was probably trying to hide it. But, I mean, even hiding the ball, down table, it's not a very hard kick shot.
Correct, yeah. Even if you don't keep out. But at least you've got a somewhat of a chance. There you go. Nick takes another. Increases his dominant lead. Now, if he gets to 5 before Randy's, halfway, that's a significant. But Randy's shown that he's been tough. I expect Randy to...
Another look at the 8 ball coming off the rail first here. And the reason he decided to do that is because he was kind of straight, and it takes any chance of it following.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't have to, did he? If you roll that 8 ball in direct,
there's
an automatic scratch unless you do something.
Yeah.
And it's a long distance to play a stop shot at. Do you really want to start punching the ball in that hard? That real first shot, obviously, is
Yeah.
has to be aimed just right. But he showed us that he knows what that shot looks like and rolled it in, made it look easy.
Shout out to one of our sponsors. They're JP Shower, Custom Cues, awesome cue manufacturing here in
Yep.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
But yeah, we have a whole range of P showers in the pro shop. Stop on in and check them out.
Yeah, you got P Showers and
P showers, McDermott's, and Vikings,
Vikings,
all
yeah.
Wisconsin made.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good cues in Wisconsin.
Oh, I got a whole. You wouldn't even guess how many cue manufacturers are here in Wisconsin. It's like 13 of them. I think I got a whole list.
P
of them.
shower's just a stone's throw from here, and they do a fantastic job.
Yeah, that's all I've ever owned is a P Shower. It was the first cue I bought when I was young, and then I just kind of stuck with them. I never ventured out to anything else.
So he never did shave his tip or rub any sandpaper on it, but he's just shot with it and made a very nice break. And the real problem with the one he miscued on is he just hit too far away from the center of the ball. It was just not aimed right.
Well, he
And
dropped.
that one he hit well, and that's a different part of your tip. If you hit the middle of the tip, there is no miscue.
He dropped 2 stripes, but solids are looking like the balls to take here. And he might consider with the 14-3 combo,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
Or you could start with the
With
4 ball,
stripes.
but
Yeah, I don't mind that. I like your shot there.
yeah, because it takes away the problem.
If it sits quite right.
See, if he shoots
3 ball
his
doesn't
4
have to. You can obviously get at shooting the 3 ball, but then you have to kind of negotiate your way into a little collision with the 5
Yeah, he's
and
gonna
try
have
and
to.
control it nice.
He's gonna have to use the 5 to develop the
Yeah.
3.
Shooting the 1 ball now sort of takes away your safety net because stripes, the 9 ball, there's a safety net here, so you've got to make sure you have a good plan here.
Oh, I think he was
Right.
trying to get on the 7, but
Well, he's on the
man.
3, and he has to get it at some point, so I would suggest earlier rather than later because the fact that the 7 and the 2 and the 6 are still on the table means he's got more likely to come out with a good positive shot after he shoots
I
his
don't
3 ball.
I think there's enough room to get at the 3 here.
You don't?
I mean, he could probably get a hit, but I don't think he has enough to
Oh, wow.
hit or cut the ball enough. I think he'd be hitting the 14 first.
Yeah. Then I do like your first suggestion when you had an open table of that combination.
Yeah, because it
Would have solved that, and the
yeah.
solids were good there.
Okay, so he's saying he can see it. So
Yeah. He's going to hit it in, roll it in, give a little bump on the 5 ball, and see if he ends up with a shot on the 5 or the 2.
yeah, I think Randy might ask
Maybe
somebody
the 7
to,
in the side comes in to help.
Randy might ask somebody to watch.
Yeah, this
shot.
one they probably do need to. You do need to watch.
It's gonna
Do
be
you have a
close.
thing on your phone where you can video it and
Yeah.
watch it in slow motion?
The
'Cause
slow motion.
I haven't
yeah.
figured out how to do that yet.
You just go to the video and then you go slide over to slow.
But either
motion.
way, get ready with the F, whatever
Yeah.
the button there. We may want to watch this again. That was a clean hit. And you can really tell by the direction that the 14 went in. It got cut backwards in a way that if you hit the 14, you couldn't cut it backwards.
Oh yeah, I just watched it in slow mo.
So,
That was good all day.
Yeah, the 14 kind of goes in a direction which would be impossible to cut it in because it hits the 3 ball first, and then hits the 14. And
Well, if he plays the 7 ball, he's got to come off the bottom rail all the way back up to the 2.
yeah,
If
got to
you-
judge this one well.
And if he plays the 2, he's going to have a hard time.
You might think about sort
Stop
of drawing this into this far, corner around the angles and close to the corner pocket.
Yeah, you want the cue ball probably coming in between the 10 and the 15, or the 10 and the 11 here. We call it in line with the 2.
Well,
Oh, it got there.
he's in line with the 2.
So
It's a sort of a touchy shot, this, but I think you don't like to keep playing a lot of rolling in shots where you hit them super soft.
this is
But
Nick's
sometimes you have to
yeah. This is his shot.
There it
Really
is.
good at these shots.
Yeah.
Just
roll it
rolling
in,
it.
make it look easy.
yeah, because a lot of players. I mean,
Yeah.
they'd overcook that ball 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Nick plays that shot really nice.
Yeah. The next challenge is what angle he ended up with on the 5. And that was very critical, really. But here he does have a follow shot with lots of left-hand spin.
Yep.
Whip it in with a good old stroke and follow out of there. You can end up straightish on the 6
Not-
this way.
Not too hard though. He
Well, not too
overcooked it.
soft. More spin needed.
Well, he can take it, and I
Just a whole bunch more
Yeah.
left-hand spin, and he would have been up by the side pocket.
think it goes by the 14, so should be okay.
The 6 ball. Yeah, I think he's going to have
Oh, wow.
yeah, he's going to have to bank it now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was going onto the 8.
There it
Oh.
is. Bank shot. The banks
Well,
are
why did I
are
not see that
open.
6 ball? I thought he was trying to get on the 8 in my head. Well, Randy's going to have to take opportunity here. You don't want to go down 5 games.
Right. He's got a chance here to get back in this match.
So that would have been a break and run for Nick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Left Nick a straight-in shot on the 6.
That's not good for the Randy Smith fans out there.
Yeah, but you kind of got to come pro side on the 8 here. You got to come to the right side of the 8 ball to play in the opposite corner away from the 14.
Yeah.
So can he develop this?
I
think
don't
he can.
know what he can do here. I'm not sure.
I think you got to put bottom left on it. Try and
Yeah, he's just rolling forward and going to cut the 8 ball in. That's a smart, wise shot. Just giving himself a chance at this 8.
Yep.
Like a hunter, he stalks around the table.
Yeah, Randy's not going to be happy with missing that
And
14.
there is his game, sitting right there, waiting for the hunter to take his shot. And there it is.
Oh no!
There it isn't.
Hung the 8 ball in the pocket.
That was the one that got away.
Yeah. Well,
There's the 30-pointer.
there's only one hard shot on this table, and that's the 9 ball.
There it was. Gone.
Do you roll forward here to try to get on this 9?
Well,
Or do you take it later?
I'm more concerned about getting on the 10.
Yeah, the 10's going to
So maybe I'll just use the 14 to give myself a nice angle on the 11 to roll down there. The 14 can also get you down there. And maybe you're right. Maybe the 9 ball obviously is an issue too that has to be questioned. And if you like this and follow forward and you get yourself a nice angle on the 9 ball.
be. Well, I tell you,
you can still use those other balls to get on the 10. So I kind of like your idea. Is that what you were feeling? Now he's kind of forced into going up table and getting the 9 now. And he can still be okay because that 14 keeps him underneath the 10, so he's going to have to play some little stun over or draw over. He's got to decide what angle he wants to be. Where do you want to be on the rail here? I mean, in the table to hit this 14 and get on
I
10.
would say as close to the rail on the right side as possible.
That's what I was thinking too. Follow forward
Yeah.
and get close, because if it's a stun draw shot, the closer you are, the easier it is. So he can give a good stroke on this, get nice and close.
No. Oh, wow.
Well, he'll settle for that.
I mean, yeah, so if he goes, a pretty decent draw, he should be able to slide over.
And he actually almost, with that speed, might have been trying to get to the bottom rail, and that was also a very good shot. Well,
He's got a shot at
it's
it.
tricky.
It's a bank shot.
Is it?
It's a do or die bank shot here.
It's a tough bank shot because it's almost the double hits, like the cue ball's just a little bit on the wrong side. I don't know if it goes or not without the cue ball getting in the way.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Potentially a thin cut shot into either the side or maybe better the corner.
I think you're right. It's looking like a double
Let's
kiss.
see if he beats this kiss. Beats the kiss. That shot was on. He drew that ball, and the reason he replay on that. The reason he beat the kiss is because he drew it, and that's why he played it with so much draw.
Well, that's
And you watch that, he hit this at good speed, enough speed that the draw has a chance to take and get the cue ball out the way.
Yeah, it almost missade off the
Yeah,
ball.
because the cue ball would have been drifting higher and just getting into the path of that 10 ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's watch that shot one more time.
Uh-oh.
Re-
I'll go
Or
back.
let's not.
I'll go back to it.
Yeah, let's watch it one more time. Watch how the cue ball gets out of the way. Well struck shot, and that's what Randy needs to get in this match.
Yeah, that'll. I'll tell you what.
He knows he's playing
4-1, and after a shot like that,
Yeah.
you're going to be in a much more better position to come back in this match than
Yeah.
being down 0-5.
That's right. Yeah, he's only 3 games behind now, and so battle through this next rack, and he's right back in this match. And he knows he's been playing good. He's playing aggressive. He's going for stuff, and every rack he's basically just slightly came short. But he's playing good.
Well, Nick's probably kicking himself for just hanging the 8 ball now.
Yeah,
I mean,
huge that was.
Yeah.
It was a tough cut. It was a thin cut. He hit it pretty well. That doesn't help you much if it doesn't go in.
All right. Looks like solids are the balls to take here.
Does it now? Does it? Yeah.
I would think so.
You bet.
You're probably starting with the
Especially if you can
5.
shoot the. Yeah, I would think the 5. If you're happy, and think you're under control, playing a little gentle draw shot. Really, do you just slightly bump the 7? You don't want to really start bumping stuff around unless you know you're doing it soft and controlled, and you know it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, I don't know if the 5 it might be just
But
too locked.
I do kind of feel I'd like to shoot the 5 if I could see it working.
Yeah, if it goes, I don't know if it
because
goes.
you've got to get a shot on these. Maybe the 7 goes too. Does the 5 even go? Do they both go?
I don't
It's
know.
tough sometimes when they're frozen like that.
Yeah, it's weird. Look, like you almost got to be
You
down
have to
the
drag
table
it in.
because like Randy's having a hard time seeing if they go.
Yeah,
and
well,
we're up here. in
and
the
from
booth.
where the cue ball is right now, if he were to drag the cue ball across that 5 ball, no spin needed on the cue ball, but it drags and puts spin on the 5 ball just because it's cutting across the face. It can kind of throw around the 7, and it makes that shot.
I think he was
bigger.
trying to roll onto the 4 there.
Yeah, for sure. Didn't end up very well. This shot on the 3 ball looks super tough. He's just getting down and shooting it, but doesn't this scratch if you make it?
Not with draw. He's going to try
Are
to
you
come off
sure?
the bottom rail. Yeah,
How does,
bottom rail.
how does he avoid the scratch? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, bottom
Cut
rail.
it super thin. You knew he was shooting that in the side, did you?
Yeah.
And look at this speed. What a shot that was. He's given himself a nice chance there to stay in this. You could say slightly unfortunate that he's so straight on this pink 4.
Well, that is just what are we doing with the 5 and 7 though? It's
well,
like where do they go?
They go, the 7 ball goes in this pocket past the 8.
So
And the 5 may go in the other corner pocket, the long pocket. So he's set on there. He's looking at the 7 in the long corner.
So he's got the cue ball on a leash right now, and he's just walking it around
Yeah.
the table very nicely.
He's got himself a chance here. Working this out. It's a tough shot. You may be calling the 5 ball.
Yeah, I think you go with the 5 ball here, and it's going
If
to
the
push
7
the
just
7.
hits it first, then you miss the 5. But
Yeah, it's going to push the 7 into position for him too.
that's a good shot.
Look at that, push the 7 right into position
Yeah,
for
that's a
him.
really good shot. So that's really opened up this. I think he's straight enough on the 7 that he can just stop right there and keep this simple.
Yeah, this is 2 stop shots just to get on the 8
He's
here.
got a little bit of angle, so he's got a soft,
Yeah.
drawy stop shot.
Yeah, I'll try to get straight. He's going to try to get straight on
Hit
the 1
really
if he
low,
can.
but really soft.
He's drawn.
And a little bit of left-hand spin to help flip the 7 in, I would. But you don't have to.
I mean, this could be what he needs to get back in the match. I mean, that incredible
So
bank.
he's taking a
Right.
moment to eyeball what line he wants to be on for this 1 ball.
Incredible bank shot to break and run.
Yeah.
Get some momentum behind you.
Yeah, and the problem is that
Oh,
shot wasn't really
no.
there. So notice 2 things. 1, he hit it too hard to stay on the 1 ball, and 2, he hit it too soft to make the 7. So that shot wasn't really there. He's playing a shot that was
Wow.
imaginary. You couldn't do that. So he had to concede that he maybe had to roll past the 1 and shoot the 1 in the long pocket instead. Because if it hit that 7 ball harder, he could have ended up straight on the 1 in the up table.
Yeah, he had
Meanwhile, he's given another late game breakdown. So easy to do.
So Nick's trying to figure out what he wants to start with here because he does got some problems up there.
Yeah.
You can't shoot the 10, right? You can shoot the 15, run into the 10, and bust up the 9 a little bit.
Maybe.
But what do you have after that?
I don't mind shooting the 14 and getting a nice solid kiss on the 9 ball.
Yeah, that would
The
work.
9 ball then will kiss off the 13 and bump into the 10 and 15 and just rearrange gently all of them.
Well, I think that's the shot to take because you can keep
Um,
the cue ball kind of.
Because they're awkward. The way those
Yeah.
2 different clusters of 2 balls are sitting, they're both pairs of balls are awkward. They're not sort of.
Yeah, and the shot you're
So,
talking about.
yeah, that little shot where they just all nudge a little bit, chances are it's going to sit a lot prettier.
Yeah, because you're
Um,
keeping the cue ball in position in the center of the table, you know. I don't know about this shot. See what he's thinking.
So he's just trying to roll forward and get on the 15. Which, there you go. He's got a shot on the 15 and a way to pick it off. And this is actually nice. If he makes this 15 and draws out, pop off the 2 rails out to the middle of the table. He's on the 14 and looking good.
My good buddy Andrew Brooker says, "Run row." Oh, he just railed it.
Row, yeah, that was, yeah. Well, that he may have only had half a pocket there because he was shooting the 10. I didn't even know that one went.
I didn't think it went either.
So here you go. If he can transition from the 15 up to a nice shot on the 14, he may have just picked this off absolutely perfect. And, you know, when you pick off a rack and you shoot balls, yeah, it still counts. It goes in, it still counts.
Still rattling him in.
He's ended up perfect. And when you pick off balls, you realize that's a smarter, cleverer way than my way, which is nudging balls. I have a tendency to roll the dice and give them a little bump.
And if there's ever a game you watch and you're talking about don't rearrange the furniture,
yeah, well, there's a lot of smart players out there who tell you, don't bump them if you don't have to. So
this is a textbook example of it.
Yeah, picked him off really, really well.
Yeah.
Now, it's not over yet. This is the situation in a rack where you all of a sudden go from a tough rack to where you've solved the major issues. And the psychology changes, right? Because now he sees, you know what, I just am going to run this rack.
That shot he just took is a shot you taught me. Kind of that stun run through, where you just roll the ball just a little bit forward. Uh-oh, he left himself tough here.
He's not done yet, but he may choose the other ball now because just rolling the 12 ball in, it's a tough shot.
I think he's got to go.
But you end up with good position and a way to finish. He could, if he feels more happy, snick the 13 in, but that's a thinner angle.
Andy says, I would have MH'd that one.
And what does that mean?
I don't know.
So this is not bad. If he can make this ball, and that was the key to that shot, you've got to make that ball. Ended up with a chance. So he has given one back to Randy here. Randy's Randy's last mistake that he was kicking himself for will be forgiven if he makes these balls and gets out. All your previous sins and errors in that rack are forgiven if you get another chance and actually make sure you get out.
Oh, he missed it.
But you cannot
find
a way to miss that first shot.
Still not an easy out here for Nick.
Did he get a heavy contact? I don't know. That kind of really just heavily went into the rail.
Yeah, but Nick's got kind of a tough spot here because he's got to get from the 12 to the 13, which is not easy. I mean, he's got to put a really big draw stroke on it or really
he's gone to his cue
through.
bag to get a tool, so he's obviously not happy with the tip. But that must be a shooting tip because he's not playing any kind of jump shot here. It was his other cue, the break cue / jump cue that he had the miscue on. But he wants to make sure he's got good friction and good chalk on here, so he's giving a little rough.
Yeah, but what are you putting a lot of follow on this? I mean, how you get?
I think just plain follow without spin.
Yeah, this is got to
depending on how straight it is. I don't know. It's a little bit off straight. It might be there. You'd have to feel it to know.
Oh, he hit that nice. Oh, got an unfortunate bump on the 8.
Well, was it unfortunate? If he ended up perfect on the 13.
Yeah, he did.
Can't call it unfortunate, but it's getting closer to the end of this rack. Now here's
another tough shot.
A stun shot, 90-degree stun shot, popping out 2 rails to the middle of the table. No, follow.
Using the 1 as a stopper.
And that's absolutely fine. Now, all of those balls and all those shots don't mean nothing unless you make the 8. So you've got to visualize this ball going in. There's nothing automatic about it. You've got to make it happen.
Oh, I just accidentally.
There he is, the hunter, stalking his prey. It got away last time. Can he get this one in? That time it's in the heart of the pocket.
Center pocket.
He thanks his lucky stars he got another chance back into that rack. And his previous sins were forgiven.
Yeah, I mean, Randy had a good look at that 7 ball and just, I don't know. Last 2 shots on the table, I mean, the one where he gave Nick ball in hand, he didn't give it enough. And even if he did, like you said, he would have rolled too far. It was kind of one of those impossible to hold shots.
And at this stage in the match, I kind of feel it's important to remind myself, if I was the player, there's no ties in any racks. You never tie or go even. So this next rack, he's either going to win it or he's going to lose it. And losing it kind of means, yeah, your opponent's still in the match, making it really makes you very likely to win this set if you keep carrying on that. And it's a way, I think about that just as a way to make myself stay aggressive and go at this next rack. I know it's another rack and the psychology can change and you're relieved to have got this far and be ahead.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the psychology changed, because when you were beginning, it was like you weren't ahead and you felt, who knows how this is going to go. So he's obviously going to feel relieved that he's got a good start. Just got to make sure he remembers to stay aggressive.
And Andy was agreeing with you, just straight top on that last shot. And that's when, when you got a lot of distance and you're putting a lot of a stroke on it like that top, that's one I got to work on, And it worked out well for Nick. I mean, he got that speed just right.
So he's keeping his cue ball in the same spot to break from. He's going at as solid as he can on the one ball.
Look at how far up he's got the cue ball from where he's bridging.
Yeah.
That's
well.
normally they tell you a diamond.
Well, here's the thing. You start at 0 velocity and you accelerate at the greatest acceleration you can to reach a maximum velocity. And the longer distance you have, the more time you have to accelerate. So the longer it is, if you can keep accelerating and you don't sort of hit the limit of your stroke, it's going to be faster because you gave yourself a longer bridge. And the longest bridge of anyone on a break shot is Fong, who basically puts the cue ball pretty much on the head string. He's got his hand on the rail, and that's an enormous... Now, if you try and do that yourself, you're hard-pressed to even hit the cue ball. You're going to miscue off the side of it, and tough to hit it solid, but he can do it. And the cue stick's traveling so fast by the time it gets there, he just absolutely destroys the rack.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Professor M.H. Potty Penglis, our physics major.
That's what they used to call me at college. That was my nickname.
Professor
Peng, because I asked so many questions. As a student, I wasn't really the professor, but...
Well, Nick just had an 8-ball break on there, and he decided to re-rack. So,
and that he decided very quickly, and I didn't even get a good look at that rack. There's always a sort of a lingering thing in the back of my mind before I don't give up that lightly, because if I made a ball and I've got a shot and it's my turn at the table, and then I re-rack them and don't make a ball.
Yeah.
I just gave up a chance. What for? Is this really going to be better than where you had? Now, maybe it might have been terrible because I didn't look at it. That rack might have been just horrible and you just knew. And he made a decision very quickly. And if we were paying attention, we'd know why he did. But
8-ball break broke the game. What do you mean by that, Subkiss?
But he does have a very long bridge, and he hits the ball hard. Fast. It's really about speed. The faster, the more power there is.
So one thing I'm going to try to look up here for the folks at home is our tournament bracket. Every Sunday, we run a 8-ball mini, starting at 1 o'clock. We had about 30 players today. So if you feel like you want to take your chances and win some money, come down here Sunday, 1 o'clock, or Monday. And Fridays at 7 o'clock, we have Monday 9-ball and 10-ball on Friday.
Yep. That's right. A lot of weekly tournaments, 3 tournaments a week. Now, his decision to re-rack there was validated by him blasting the balls open, spreading them wide, making balls on the rack, and giving himself some options here.
Actually, Fong, he just won the weekly 9-ball on Monday.
Did he? Yeah. He's playing well.
My brother took third that night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did your brother buy a pool table yet?
No, he is not. Oh, no, my brother-in-law, no.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah, so something happened. Won't really discuss it. Something else came up, so he's kind of out of the pool table market for the time being.
Discovered he had a unknown kid that he has to pay child support on or something.
No, that is not it.
You sure?
Oh, no, what'd I do?
Now, this might be a rail first shot to get off the rail. He's played a few of those. Doesn't mind playing rail first shots. And that's earned him a shot on the 5-ball here. And actually, he's got a nice little angle. He kind of has to do something with the 4-ball here.
Well, look who's in the hot seat match. We got Roger Pregler and Gene Rasmussen.
There you go. 2 very tough players. I'm not surprised to see them, either one of them in the final. That's the final, is it?
They're playing for the hot seat.
Okay, they're both the undefeated players. So far, the two undefeated.
And then we got a few players in the 7th and round 4. Or, I'm sorry, 7th, 8th place. We got Dustin Lossy and Lyle Gobel. Gobel? Goebel.
Yep.
Plays really well. He's our current king of the hill. Just so took down Dan Coppins on Friday night.
That's right. King of the Hill match. And Dan went out to a very strong, commanding lead.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It looked like it was going to be very
10-3,
it was going to be a very one-sided match.
Yeah, at one point it was 10-3.
And somehow by the end of the match, Lyle had not only drawed level but went ahead. Played with a lot of heart, didn't he, Lyle? And poor Mr. Coppins, who was playing very, very well.
Uh-oh.
Dan was playing really, really great at the beginning of that match, and there was just a couple of shots he would like to take back.
So this is tricky here. I mean, if you shoot the 2, I don't really see a way for him to get on the 4 ball. It's going to get away from you a little bit.
I hate to leave these shots till last. He doesn't have a bank shot. I mean, it can be cut.
You got to take the 4 all the way down.
I think from right there, he can cut the 4 ball.
Yeah, you take the 4 all the way down.
But I mean, you can you shoot the 2 and kiss the 13 and kind of keep it right there? That might be the perfect position.
I don't think so. I think the cue ball would come off that 13
because he can't quite hit the 13 full.
It would
right?
just
it's glancing and lose the cue ball.
Well, he's gonna go for it, and he's stretching out too.
Super soft. He has to hit it super soft.
Yeah, I guess
so that the cue ball can roll forward before it hits the 13.
Yeah, I guess if you hit it super soft, you might be able to hold it, but
barely hard enough
out.
to make the 2 ball.
See.
In and out, in and out. Oh, and look what he did. That 13 ball flew up table, nudged the 15, and now he has a bank shot, which he didn't have before. The 15 was always blocking the bank shot, so he didn't have any choice to play on the bank. But he might be playing a kick instead, because this kind of kicks into the corner pocket.
I think he's banking it.
I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, bank shot into the side.
Oh, hit the 15.
Game of millimeters. He gave it a valiant effort, and I think it was a good choice to go for it. He got lucky there.
Yeah.
And
got it really close to the 9.
And he's given, and you always say in a safety battle, a group that has more balls, i.e. stripes, is in a much favorable position. He's just got to kind of negotiate his first shot here. I don't see anything wrong with playing right off the 13 and rolling forward and hooking him on the 4 in the side.
Yeah, as long as you keep the
truth is, he doesn't have to play safe because if he feels happy about making that 13, why not just shoot and get out?
Yeah, well,
you don't want to get too safety-minded and give up chances. You want to stay aggressive in these matches.
It's just
if you really want a
two-way
chance to win.
shot. You take the 13. If you make it, you continue shooting.
It is
if
correct.
you miss it, you leave nothing.
That's right.
So yeah,
and that's a good observation, Patrick. And by playing it as a two-way shot, meaning if that 13 doesn't quite fall in, he's
good,
hooked on the 4 ball.
Yeah,
a long ways by the 14. Yeah, and that means you can go for it. You can afford to go for it.
And
it seems
also,
aggressive, but it's a no risk.
Also, if making the
Low
13,
risk.
He has a shot on the 9 right after.
Yep.
So
and maybe the 15 in the side. And then he's sitting good, and then but you still want to make sure you make the ball. And even if he does go for the ball, my one concern is what if he hits it too hard and the cue ball goes a little wide and doesn't hook him on the 4 ball, but the 4 still doesn't go anywhere.
We have a new
it's
subscriber.
Super safe.
New subscriber, Robbie D. Welcome.
Greetings, Robbie.
Open stream.
We want to thank anybody who gave a donation, and we'd just like to say that all our donations go to the drug and alcohol problem because drugs and alcohol are expensive. So we appreciate
of course
as much as possible.
MH Potting Panglis is joking. It goes to our junior program, which is an awesome program that the Mad Apple has here. A lot of good players coming up out of there. You got Xander and Caden. They come in here pretty regularly. And I was talking with Kendall. They got the seniors coming in Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Seniors?
Seniors, yeah.
Oh, you mean from the Thompson Center? No.
I don't know what school.
No, that's the sort of the place where the old guys hang out and play pool. They've got 3 9-foot pool tables and a bar table over at the Thompson Center in Appleton. But they had a fire. The pool tables weren't harmed, but they need to be smoke treated. And so what we did yesterday, was it? Day before yesterday.
Smoke treated.
We went and dismantled them all and moved them into storage. So we've moved all the pool tables out of the Thompson Center. We're going to have to wipe them down with a special anti-smoke. Every surface has to get wiped down.
Oh, wow.
That's what the smoke cleanup crews do.
Do you think you can follow this foreign after the 11?
Well, do I think it's possible? Yeah, it is.
He called it.
And it will be an absolutely amazing shot. And he's not really going to have. He's going to have to bank the 8 ball if it goes, and he needs to hit it straight. It's a very tough shot to hit because you've got to hit it really accurately. You've got to hit that strike ball full in the face. And he hit it the right speed though, because that was long enough, slow enough, but long enough that the cue ball would pick up nice amount of roll by the time it got there. And if it hit that absolutely dead square in the face, there was a good chance for that to follow in. Yeah.
See, I'd like to use my 13 as my last ball here.
Remind people they have to subscribe to chat.
So that was our what's Chris's title?
Chris G. He's Mr. G.
Yeah, but he's the operator.
He's the one who helps us with all the technical stuff, and he's very good at what he
He's
does.
the technical. He's the guy behind the work here on the stream. Just want to remind you all, if you'd like to chat, make sure you subscribe because we got it set up. Only subscribers can chat now, just because of all the bots out there.
All right. Yeah, he's the one that we direct questions such as, what does this button do, and things of that nature to. And he's really good at answering those kind of questions.
If I press this, does it blow up the world?
Yeah. Do not press that button.
See, I'd like using the 13 as my last ball, but he's going to have to use it to get on the 10.
Yep, there's your rule of thumb. And, of course, if you get out, you're absolutely fine. But he does have to make sure that he gets nicely on this 10 ball. You kind of want to get closest to it. You definitely don't want a steep, thin angle on it. And now he's got a real tester, and the biggest concern here is figuring out a way to make it.
Well, what he does have going for him on this shot is if he misses it, as long as he misses it the right way, he's going to get that cue ball to come back down table, leaving Nick a tough shot.
Yeah, so it's a two-way shot, you're saying, and if he hangs the 10, that'll also help if it doesn't go in. But
he cut the other way.
Hit it oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking that way.
But
you're right, what you just said is also, okay, hit it so soft that he does have a shot in the 4, but and the 8. If it hit it harder, it would have been a two-way shot, just like you described.
Yeah.
In fact, the thing about two-way shots is you only ever up taking one of the ways, and making the ball, of course, was the main goal. And he's got a shot on the 8, and he had a cut shot kind of skid forward and hit too thick before.
That was a nice
this
cut.
One all the way in, hit it good enough.
So Robbie D says he's down there in Kenosha. Some good players down there. Well, welcome to the stream, Robbie. Appreciate you hanging with us. Don't forget to tune in on Friday nights, too. We got our higher-rated division. Our King of the Hill battle goes on at 7:30.
So Randy there saying, hey, I'm still in this match. I'm still tough. I'm still dangerous.
Yeah, look at that cut on. I mean, he just hit that nicely.
He's gonna battle his way back into this match. Randy Smith, of course, it's a mixture of cultures there. Randy, the first name Randy is, to us, the most American name that you could possibly have. No English people call their kid Randy because, of course, it means, like Austin Powers let people know, it's the same as horny, right? So you never call your kids Randy or horny. That would never be a first name.
Oh, that's right. That's Randy.
So there's no such thing as a kid called Randy in England. But Smith is as English as it gets. It's the most common English name, Smith.
That it is. And someone once told me there's a reason behind that, actually.
Yeah.
So
go on then.
Back in the medieval times, when last names were starting to be developed or whatnot, a lot of the names, and this comes from, I guess, England, but they would give you your last name based off your profession, like shoemaker.
Right.
If you were a blacksmith, it would be either Black or Smith.
That's right.
And because there were so many blacksmiths back in the day, you have a lot of blacks.
Horses were an amazing, powerful, important thing in the advent of society becoming more, effective. And so, every village had a blacksmith because your horse needs, and all your work animals need horseshoes.
So
horseshoes and making barrel rings and wheels, those are big things.
And I can't remember where I fell upon that information and whether that's true or not.
That's absolutely right.
I just thought that, you know,
No,
it
that's absolutely right.
sounds about right.
And the number one name in Germany, and you're more likely to find that in Wisconsin because 80% of everybody in the bar tonight, as always, has a German last name. The most common name is Schmidt. And is there any guess what Schmidt means?
I'm not even going to attempt.
Okay, well, then I'll tell you. It's Smith in German.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For
I
the
probably
same
could have
reason.
guessed that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to, but I have no idea what you were getting at there.
I thought
Mr. Glynn, the guy with the Irish last
I thought
name.
you were setting me up for like a one-liner or something.
Not me.
Because I know how
no,
crafty
no,
you can be.
Not me. Meanwhile, Randy Smith eyeballing this bank shot on the 11.
Subkiss says, my own ancestor's name was Steele due to being a Norman,
Steel, okay.
or maybe he stole stuff.
Yeah, my parents are in the iron and steel business. My mum irons and my dad steels. Steel could be. I'm not sure really. Were they working with steel back then in the Middle Ages or before the Middle Ages?
It was
It's
in
got a very high melting point. It was like the Copper Age and the Bronze Age.
no medieval. They started making
And they had-
swords and all
yeah,
sorts of
okay.
stuff with steel.
Of course they did. Armor. Yeah. So that steel is probably connected to to the Smiths, isn't it? Really, I mean, it's the same.
Well, that's so I've been told.
That's what we're saying. Steel
Yeah.
is kind of another builder of important tools. Back,
Well, yeah,
back
once
in the
they
day.
learned how to forge steel, that was after, I believe, bronze and copper, and then came steel.
And you need bellows and lots of
Yeah,
air blown in so that it gets hotter and hotter.
yeah, you need to get it really hot.
I tried to melt brass chippings and copper in the bonfire in the backyard, and because I had a whole bunch after lathing a little bit of, brass, little chippings. So I put them in a tin can and I sealed it inside some clay and just threw it right in the heart of a hot bonfire that we had, one night. And when I opened it up in the morning, the brass had not melted.
So it's interesting, though, like, because you're a science guy, and I'm pretty into science. And what I learned, because I had a buddy who was into forging steel and making his own knives and stuff, and I didn't realize how much physics was involved in it, and why they're beating.
Oh, metallurgy, yeah. I mean, the
they're
properties of the metal need to be controlled, and so otherwise they're soft.
all the
There's no
way.
point in having a soft sword, is there?
Yes, all the way down to the molecular level. Like when you're smashing, you're creating that pressure,
Yep.
and you're getting the atoms to bond.
Yeah, and those are ancient Japanese samurai sword makers folding a piece of steel
Over and over.
thousands of folds.
Yep.
And it's interesting because Japan and England has a lot in common, and they're sort of parallel evolution, and they did a lot of the same things at about the same time, and yet they were completely disconnected from each other and weren't learning anything. So the woodworking and lathes, not lathes, but planes, English woodworking, there's a lot of innovations in that, and same in Japan.
Randy just played an interesting shot. Just took a soldier off the table for Nick. He played a carom shot and knocked one of his balls in. And now Nick's come back and played safe.
And Nick gives a rueful glance up to the commentary box to say, "Hey, what do you think about that clever little shot?" Yes, Nick, very crafty. We get it.
He might try to bank this 15 into the 11 here.
It's kind of all he's got, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And he really like to make it.
I don't
if
see
he wants not to sell out.
Yeah, there's not really a good safe opportunity for him, so you might as well go for the aggressive shot here.
Is that true? Safe option. Could roll forward and theoretically not leave shots on solids.
It's going to be tough.
Because if you do manage that, you put the pressure on your
Oh,
opponent.
no, he miscued and gave up ball in
No
hand.
rail. So what's your first shot here, Patrick?
Ooh, where I'd like to side. I guess I'm going to start with the 7 ball just
me too.
because it's kind of hard to get on it from anywhere.
Yep.
Down low.
Yeah, that's very awkward. With the pink stripe there, even your position zone is tough.
Yep.
So with ball in hand, you can be on it perfect, get it out of there.
It also opens up the 8 ball for either corner.
Yep. So now, sport for choice. You could take these in almost any order. If he drifts up in between all these balls, you see what, decide exactly what angle you've got. And can you believe it? Just caught the point. Just caught the second point and then bounced over and caught the third point. That was a 3-point.
Avenue Auto is asking, where do I sign up? So there's a web page, Do you know the webpage?
Sign up for what?
For Jester's Nights.
You
King of the
send
Hill.
a message to the holder of the list, and it was Mason.
No,
But I
so
don't know if now he's sort of gone off traveling and playing pool, he'll be back. But I think Kendall's probably taken over.
yeah, so there's a
Um,
link. It's either on the
but-
website, Mad Apple.
We do have the back door to it too, so if you want to send an email to me, mh@madapplebilliards.com, that is mh@madapplebilliards.com,
No,
with your name and say, put me on the list,
no, there's an
I
actual.
can make sure it gets done.
There's an actual link, and I believe it's,
Oh, you're probably
it's
talking
on the
about
Facebook page
okay.
or it's on. It's either at Mad Apple Pool Player Society.
Let's have a look. I'll check. We'll find it.
I know it's under the events tab, but it's on the website. I just
Yeah.
don't know the name of the website for Mad Apple.
It's madapplebilliards.com.
Ah, there you go. So go to madapplebilliards.com.
Madapplebilliards.com. Up top, there's an events tab. You click on that.
There you go.
You
That-
sign up the proper way, and then you get your name added to the list.
Avenue Auto, I hope that answers your question. So, yeah, now researching that I missed.
Now-
Nick must have got funny on a ball here.
Well,
'cause-
he took his first hand, ball in hand, and took that same shot that you described, the
Oh, and he missed
7
it.
ball, but he hung the 7.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And Randy's going to be really happy about another chance at this table, and it's not looking too tough for him at the moment. Getting on the 8 ball, because Nick's got that one pocket blocked.
Oh, no.
And so
Oh,
the
no.
reason he played that, he probably wanted to be on the 9, I think, and leave.
Yeah, because you want to use that 11 as your
Yeah.
last ball to get on the 8.
So, okay, no problem. Going to have to take the 11 now. So he's got to play a nice control shot with the right speed and the right line from the 9, zigzagging back for the 8. So let's see what kind of angle he leaves himself.
Pretty good one.
So he's ended up on that side. I was thinking just stay there.
Ooh, this could get tricky.
Yeah, the problem with this is there's a whole bunch of solids on the table which are kind of in the way of your natural follow shot. Power.
Yeah, he's got to get in between the 1 and the 4. And
Yeah, he's got to find that gap. I don't know if it's natural or whether he has to use a little bit of spin, which makes it, more awkward.
it's small because the 3 ball makes it
It's really
small.
tough to judge. If he has to use inside English to hit that gap, it becomes a very tough shot to hit.
Yeah, and you also lose power on the ball coming back.
Yeah,
You know?
it's tough to judge the speed too. Yeah, it's kind of a kill shot where the spin hits the rail and slows down a lot, like puts the brakes on.
Yeah.
So he's looking at where's he going to follow to, and he's showing you with his cue he thinks he can follow to there. And that means just breathe past the 4 ball, but hit that window. So he's looking to go through the gap between the 4 and the 1, the pink and the yellow.
And he's got to get the speed right to get it
One
on
rail
the
and then
8.
through the gap.
You can't overcook this ball.
Oh, draw shot.
Oh, he's going to be completely hooked
Trouble.
here.
Yeah, that
But
seemed fraught with danger. I'm not sure what path he was really trying to take there.
he did tie up the 3 and the 6.
Yep.
But if he gives up ball in hand here, it's going to be pretty easy to solve.
Yeah, so he's going to jump right over these 2 balls.
Now, his last jump, he did foul, I believe.
And the 7 ball hanging there actually is a good thing for him now because it stops him scratching if he happens to come off his 8 just right. So he's going to give himself a chance here to make this ball. Nick's in his chair, praying, his hands clasped, that he gets another chance in this rack.
Yeah, after missing with ball in hand, that's something that doesn't sit well
Yeah.
with anybody.
And the way that the distance between the cue ball and the 6 and the 3 there means that this is quite a nice, easier jump shot. He doesn't have to take off super quick. It's a little bit easier to aim because you don't need as much angle on your cue stick. And I suspect, now he is using a lot of angle. More angle than I would probably on that one. So it's tougher for him to aim from there. It means he's got a little bit more control and the cue ball's less likely to bounce off the table.
Ooh.
But he did the worst possible thing, which is miscue and break those balls up. Advantage, solids. I thought he had a pretty good chance of getting over those and getting a good hit on that 8. Giving a chance. So do you want to end up playing a 6-7 combination, or is there any need to do anything silly like that?
I would play it right now just because you're going to be right on your 3 ball no matter what anyway.
Yeah. So he likes this. And if he's happy with that long combination, why not? Just make sure you hit it so soft that the 6 ball stays over the pocket.
Yeah, if he's just going to play the 7, he's got to find a way to get out to the 6 or the
Yeah.
4.
And do you want to be straight on that combination, or do you want a little bit of an angle? Because with a little bit of angle, he can follow and get the cue ball sort of into a middly area where he has a good chance of a shot on the 6 at any, even if the 6 hangs into the far side of the pocket or something like that. But he's going around the angles here on this one, I think. No, he's not. He's hitting high, so he's just following. He could have stunned out and got himself nicer. He doesn't have to play the combination, of course, and from there the combination looks too tough.
Yeah, and I don't think
So
you can.
just
Yeah, you just got to either slow roll this.
7 ball in and judge it so that he ends up nice and straight on the 6 ball.
He's going to take the long shot on the 6 here. Oh, he did play the combination.
It ended up perfect for
Wow.
him, so we can't argue with that. If he liked that shot and he hit it good, that was a really good shot.
Yeah, I'm going to take another look at that shot here.
How do you like to be on this 8 ball? Do you just stay there and play it?
Oh, he's going to be on the 50
He
yard
went,
line
and that's
here.
so it was another rail first shot, and he's shown us before several times in this match that he doesn't mind a little rail first shot. The problem with them sometimes is you're guessing a little bit about how thick you hit the ball, and that means your speed control.
Just got to watch the scratch here.
And so he hit that ball just a little thinner than he might have guessed, and that's why he overshot.
Hit it nice.
But the important one, the 8 ball, he hits right in the heart of the pocket. He's not going to be making any more silly mistakes.
Let's take a look at the combo shot that got him there.
Yeah, and he played this absolutely great.
Yeah, this worked out really well.
Played this shot perfect.
I mean, got this sit to sit right there.
Yep. Gave himself a chance and took it. That's a good cleanup there from Nick.
So
He's going to be strong. He's going to be tough.
yeah, Randy's got a battle on his hands to get back in this game here.
Yep, it's a race to 10. Nick's at 6. And he's going to keep on coming on strong. Randy needs to make something happen when he gets his next chance. We don't know when he's going to get his next chance. And if Nick has his way, Randy's not going to get another chance. But when he does, he needs to make something happen with it. He's got very close in a lot of these racks.
Got my wife texting me. I've got chores to do on the way home, I guess. And Supkiss, keeping up with the match, says, yes, Nick is very much ahead. I mean, one more win for Randy. I mean, 3-6, it's not overcomable, you know? I mean,
No, he's not out yet.
yeah.
He needs to win a chunk of the next few racks. Most of the next 3 or 4 racks. And then he'll realize he's not that far off.
I'll tell you, Nick said, you know, he was feeling a little bit of the nerves before the match, but I tell you, he really hasn't showed
Well, he's
any sign of it at all.
and he's definitely past that. Yeah, look how long. Yeah, he's bringing it back just a hair. Look how long his bridge is here, and that
That's what
helps
I
him
was telling
generate
you.
a lot of speed.
Yeah, I was telling you that earlier. I mean, he's
Yeah.
almost 2 diamonds up, all the way to the
Yeah,
headstrom.
I'm listening to you. Yeah, you're right.
Wow, he really pushed that cue
There you
ball
go.
forward.
Blasting him wide
There's a
open.
cue ball going. No.
So he's definitely spreading them all over the table, giving himself good chances to make balls.
Slow. Yeah, no real gimme starter shot. Maybe the 2 ball.
Yeah, I like that. My first thought was, well, the 13, but the only problem with stripes is the 11, and it's tough to really see a way to get to the 11 because there's not a lot of balls close by. And so, yeah, there's 2 ball. Roll into those. It don't matter.
Oh.
Or maybe it does matter. We'll find out. Okay, another little nudge with the 2 ball there. Opened that up nicely. Looked like it was just closing up, and the 2 ball came in and nudged those balls open. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, if that 9 ball
did he miss his
goes-
shot, did he?
He missed, yeah. It hit the point.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he
Oh,
missed
that was the
point.
2 ball that came
Yeah.
back. Okay, gotcha. Wonder where that came from.
So now the solids are really wide open.
Yeah. Yep, he has opened up solids nicely for his opponent.
Yeah, 3 ball might be a little tricky.
And we'll find out if Randy's still got his head in the game. He's been faced with a head scratcher here.
Well, stripes are okay as long as that 9 goes. I mean, can you get at the 9? I don't know. But I think solids is the way to go here.
Yeah, it is open, isn't it?
Yeah, he's taking stripes.
Well, maybe he likes the 9 and he uses the 9 to get on the 15, and then everything's good. So I don't see anything wrong with that if he...
Oh, this will... Okay, just kept it right where it was.
So I think he has to use this 14 now to get on the 9. Maybe he could afford to wait one more shot, roll for the 10 and use the 10
Well, he's putting top
to get on
it.
the 9. But at some point he's got to get a nice angle on the 9 if he's going to pick these off.
Yeah, I think he's going to use the 10 because he's following forward here.
Well,
Oh,
he's not good on the 10 there.
look at this. It might come out on the 9.
He's got a shot on the 9.
Yeah.
He would rather have been a couple inches further forward and more straight.
Yeah, I
And then he
agree.
could have stunned and just stayed there for the 15. Here he can use the 6 ball to slow the cue ball down. He's going to bump the 6 nice and moderately firm. And he may end up with a nice shot on the 15.
That's what I was afraid on the 9. I was like, can he hit it full enough?
He did get his shot on the 15, but he lost track of the 9 ball.
Yeah, I don't think he could hit it full enough with where the 9 was. Like you were saying, he might have wanted to come a few inches forward to get better on it.
Now what do you do, Patrick,
Oof.
if you're playing solids?
That is a good question. The 1 ball doesn't really give you much. The 3 doesn't go. Is he playing the 3? Is he saying that 3 goes?
Yeah, 3 goes.
Yeah, you got to play that 3.
2 goes.
2 goes.
Maybe the 3 doesn't go.
It was hard to see. So now
3 goes now.
He's looking good now. Minus the 4 ball.
Well, looking good now. I don't know. Unless these, what I always say, don't shoot balls in the hole unless it solves all of your problems or the big ones. Those 2 balls or 3 balls that he just shot in have been wasted if they didn't help him win this rack.
Oh, Kendall just chimed in and said, yeah, you can go to his page Quickfire, and there's also a link there which will take you to the Mad Apple page, and then you click on the events tab. You can sign up that way as well.
Sign up for the King of the Hill and the Jesters and the Knights division, which is what you're watching now. We want to thank everybody out there watching today.
Uh-oh. Now Kendall's saying, no, no, no. So he's going to be...
So the truth is in this rack, neither of them have really seen a way to get out. That didn't really help solids, but...
yeah, that 4 and 6 ball are in some trouble.
And that 4 and 6 can be your safety net. If you can find a way to get position on the thin cut on the 9 ball without disturbing the 4 and the 6. But he's making balls. Now, what do I always say?
Don't drop them.
If you haven't solved your problem over there, the last thing you want to be doing is making these balls. Each ball on the table is a potential way to break it out or play a safe or give you a safety net shot to shoot after you break something else out.
It's kind of like in chess. They tell you don't want to lose your pawns,
Yeah, everybody in chess knows that if you lose material, you're at a disadvantage. And this is a chess game. When you get into safety battles in 8-ball, it is a chess game.
Yeah.
And absolutely, the more pieces you have,
like right now, there's no reason to make this 5 ball.
Right?
Does
and
you
it's
no
just
good.
it takes him to a point where he's got absolutely no choice but to do something, which is like an impossible shot, and he really has no shot, and break everything up for no good reason. So 3 balls is better than 2. So even now, bank this 5 ball back up table. Hopefully, get it in the way of the 9 and see if. Well.
Oh no.
And I don't know. Yeah, the last thing you need is ball in hand because stripes is not total gimme. It's interesting choosing the 15. Okay, I get that. Obviously, it's tough to get on, but you could get on it.
Yeah,
the shot that seems tougher to get on because you need such precision
9 ball.
is that thin snick on the 9 ball.
Yeah. Can you? Do you think you can get the cue in there right now? Like if you place it.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe put it all the way in there, and there you go. Now he's going to go and show us. Oh yeah, this is the other way. He's going to play the 10 off the 9.
I like
or
that.
the 11 off the 9. I think the 10's better off the 9 actually.
The 10 off the 9 is the way to
the
go.
11 it could double kiss, and the 11's more likely not to go in if it catches the 9 too thick.
Yeah, the 9.
10 is more likely to go in.
Yeah, I agree. I think that 9 makes it a big pocket for the 10.
And Can you do that and play position on the 15 at the same time? There we go.
He heard us.
This would give you everything. If he can snick this off the 9 ball and make the 10 and roll forward for a shot on the 15, then he solved all his issues in one shot. Okay.
Well, he can just use the 9 to get on the 15 here.
Well, yeah, I think he's nudged it into a place he can just roll it in. Brush the back of the 4. You don't want to, but he may not have any choice. Just play it with the right speed to just pass the 4 so you don't get hooked behind the 4, but not much speed.
Okay, so Kendall's saying if you want to sign up for the $4.99 and under tournament that Mark Ding Bell is running,
Right.
you go to the events tab on the Mad Apple page.
Right.
If you want to sign up for jesters and knights or queens, you go to Quickfire. You just type in Quickfire
At Facebook.
in Facebook,
Yeah.
and it'll take you to his page, and there's a link to sign up there.
Kendall Quickfire Cook. But I think, you'll probably find it if you search Quickfire.
So, Kendall, appreciate you reminding me about that. Maybe I should post that up somewhere,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
and then I can just read it if people ask.
So, Nick trying to figure out what he wants to do here. He's been given shots. What's he going to do with it?
I was just reading this right here. It says the soundboard. Chris must have put that up there.
So I think if he plays this 9 ball with follow, tries not to hit the back of the 4 ball, but just make sure that he has enough follow to come out 2 rails towards the center of the table. You know, he'll have a shot on the 15.
Nick is on solids, right?
Ah, right. So he's in a real tough position.
Yeah, he's on solids here.
Yeah, and he's basically couldn't think of any way to stop himself selling out there.
See if I got
And he
on
kind of got himself in that position. He may have been. Sometimes you try to get an angle on a ball to get a breakout, and the angle doesn't go right, so you go play something else. And so that might have happened there. But he shot off 5 of his balls.
So honestly, I would have tried to stay up on that 9 ball.
And shoot it first.
Well, yeah, just because it's really easy to get from the 15 to the 8.
Watch
and you
this hit. He is going to shoot at the 9. He's got a super thin hit here.
Yeah,
Got to make sure he doesn't snick the 4. He hit that good.
okay. Yeah, because I was saying you want to use the 9 to kind of push the 4 out of the way for the 8 as well. But now what he just did is going to work out great for him. So
Yeah. No, Randy with a good chance to come back here. And
like you always say, there's no wrong way to get out if you get out.
yeah. I'm not saying I actually totally believe or support that statement that I always keep making in every situation, but it's a good general rule of thumb in a lot of situations.
Gotta play some inside here, unless he's going to come around. He played inside, left it long.
Well, he's misjudged the speed a little bit there.
Just a little bit, but he's okay.
No, this is a test of your mettle. This is a big moment in the match, and this could be very deflating for him if he doesn't make this 9 ball, this 8 ball.
But kind of a two-way shot here. If he misses that cue ball's, you're going to want to get it as far to the right side of the rail as you can.
The only way for it to be safe is for the 8 ball to go into the pocket.
Yeah, this is true.
And he's done well there, hard of the pocket. And you're right. If there was anywhere safe on the cue ball, he actually did get it right there. Truthfully, that wasn't a gimme to solids, even if he hung the 8. But because he did actually play that as a two-way shot, or ended up that way. But most importantly, 8 ball in the pocket.
There it is.
So now it's 3-6. Nick's only 3 games away. If Randy comes in and snicks this next rack, we'll all feel he's right back in this match.
Absolutely.
And Nick had a chance there in that rack.
I'll tell you what, if Randy does win this rack, I think the pressure is going to start to go to Nick.
Yeah, and if you draw level after being ahead and thinking you might run away with this match and it might be easy,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're scrapping for your life and now it's level, and once they draw level, you actually definitely feel you have a disadvantage.
Yeah, because Nick was up, I believe it was 5-1, and now we're at 6-3.
Yeah, and Randy would have all the momentum at that point.
So nothing on the break. Take a look at the overhead here.
And another tough one. So it's tough to keep your mind in this. You want to start shooting balls and just going at stuff. But you have to be smart in this 8 ball. It has to be part of a bigger picture to end up causing you to have a shot on the 8 ball.
Oh, and there's bad producer Pat transitioning right in the middle of a shot.
Attaboy. We forgive you. So here we go. It looks like he's trying to free the 5 ball with this shot. He's going to shoot the pink 4.
So what is he
He's
trying
not.
to do here?
He's shooting
Well,
stripes.
He is
across, isn't
stripes,
he?
yeah. He's stripes.
Is this a combination on the pink 12, 10 ball?
Oh, that would have been
Nudged
nice.
it in. Got a little nudge on that pink 4 and made it. He may have stopped it going.
So it would be really nice
Um,
if he had that 10 ball sitting in the corner. That'd make stuff real tough for Randy, but
But
think he-
Randy has a shot here. If he shoots this 4, he may end up nice on a shot on the 2. All the other balls are open. He has a chance now with solids to get out. And
yeah, I
he's-
like that he's
He's
taking
on.
the 7.
If the 4 ball goes, he's on it right there, and I would have liked to have shot it. He can get on it again, but he's going to run out of chances if he doesn't get on it soon.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to get on it
So-
right after the 6 ball here.
I really would have taken that as my first shot, and then been sitting pretty.
Yeah, so
Just rolling out of position a little bit. The last couple of shots makes this trickier. The 3 ball, unless you're in nice control, the 3 ball is tough down the rail unless you get a good position on it.
I think that 5 ball is going to be his
He's going to
tough
have to
ball.
shoot the 4 now. And wonders why he didn't shoot it when he had a really good position on it.
Might come off the 10. Did go off the 10.
Yeah, hit the 10 and.
Yep.
So how's your luck? You rearranged things a little bit there. Everything's opened up more. Stripes does have an opening shot. At least he's got that long 10 ball. The 9 ball is not in a good position. So solids have, and the 14 and the 11 kind of frozen together. Those are awkward.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at it,
And-
and it does not pass.
Yeah, and the
So
pink 12 doesn't pass the 2 ball.
He's got the 10 balls. All these. Oh, and he doesn't even get the 10
And
ball.
the flip side is the solids are wide open, and so if he has to find a way not to give Randy a chance here, which is easily said, but you got to figure out how to do that.
Ooh, so we're going to replay that shot. Look at what he did with the cue.
So yeah, that was a good shot.
Well, look at how he follows through with the ball. I mean, some would almost argue that he pushed through on almost to a double hit, maybe. You see what he did?
No,
Okay.
it's tough to say. I mean, the cue ball was
Yeah.
there, but the cue ball was he'd know, and he'd let you know, because these guys
Yeah.
are
Absolutely.
gentlemen and scholars.
Well, Nick, Nick is one of the greatest guys to play with. I was playing him in league last Tuesday, and some people are afraid to come and tell you, like, hey, maybe you should have thought about playing it this way. But he does it in such a good, tactful way, and he actually taught me something because I had a 3 ball out, but I just had like a mind fart is what I call it.
Mind fuck.
Yeah, and I played the wrong ball.
Yeah.
And Nick sat down with me. We drew it up, and what he said, it just made total sense. And I was like, you know what, Nick, you're absolutely right.
What did happen there, though? Why Nick played that safety,
I got too wrapped up.
and then Randy
what's
was down
that?
at the bottom of the table. You know, he played that little glancing safety that you said, he might have double hit on.
Yeah.
Ended up on the top rail.
Well, he's got
And he must have shot at a solid and just not made it.
He's got to hit this nice and soft and just come off the rail here a little bit.
Yeah, this is key right here. Can he get on that pink stripe?
Nope. But he still
He's
has
got one more chance. He needs to somehow get on the far side to play that pink stripe in probably the same pocket.
Well,
as,
I'd be comfortable right
as the
here.
14.
Just playing the 14, come a little bit of draw
Mhm.
off the top rail, and playing the 12 ball all the way down.
All the way down, yeah,
Yeah.
to where his armpit is right now. Yeah, 12 ball goes into that pocket.
Just like that. How's your
And
speed? Oh,
He's on it. He's still on it. Didn't drift
Yeah.
too far. I mean,
But that's the exact shot I was talking
Yep.
about. Yeah.
I'd love to be a little bit straighter, but he's still got a shot here and still very makeable. He's got to negotiate where the cue ball goes because it
Yeah.
seems naturally to go behind the 8 ball. So he's got to kind of give enough speed to go to the side rail and pop back out again. And it's a tough window to hit. He's got to get past the 3 ball too.
No.
And he hit it with the speed to get position.
They gave up ball in hand, and I think Randy's going to be able to clean this up pretty nicely. And that's going to put us at 4-6 as long as he gets out.
And there's no gimmies in this game, but Randy's showed us that he plays well. And he's got to be favoring himself to get out here.
Starting with the 3-ball. I'd almost like to start with the 1-ball here and just work my way up table. He's taking another look at it. I think he might change his mind. I think the 1-ball is the ball to start with here. And I think he's thinking the same thing. Because you can go from the 1 to the 3 and just work your way right up the table here. Yep. So yeah, I think he's kind of got a good idea, but going back to the 3-ball.
Yeah, because he doesn't mind this shot on the, a bit of an angle on this 1 ball to just roll it in and let the cue ball go back down table. Doesn't want it to be too thin. Doesn't want to risk missing it. But if he can thin stick this ball in so the ball just drops, he'll be okay. Cue ball kind of goes towards the 8 ball a little bit on this shot with that angle.
Yeah, just don't want to roll into
So
the
yeah,
10.
super soft. You hit it a little bit thick.
Oh,
Just enough to fall in.
yeah, that ball
He's
just dropped
okay.
in.
He's okay. Now the 2 ball is kind of hampered bridging with that strike ball there, so he's shooting the 4.
Yeah, and I'd probably be doing the same
And
thing.
this is another one. You want to make sure you give it enough speed to get nicely out.
Oh, nice speed there.
Yeah, that's perfect. So that's really nice because he can now shoot the 5 first,
Yep.
which is better.
Yeah, 2 is the
If
money
he's
ball.
got, you've just got to nip this ball. Bottom left, it's sort of a real soft, spinny shot.
Perfect.
And he's absolutely okay there, yeah. Didn't need to get perfect on that, too. This is
So
absolutely fine where he's at.
Starting with the 3-ball was the way to go here. Ooh,
Well, I say fine.
kind of got a little weird there.
Got away with him. So he's still got a good shot here. He's got 2 pockets he can go at. He's going to pick that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised he rolled that far. I call that overcooking the ball. Not a give me shot here. Hit it nice, though.
Hit it really well. Hard of the pocket. That's a great shot. Pressure shot that was.
Very nice.
In the context of this match, that's a big shot. To not make that ball and not get his, get to 4-6. At 4-6, he knows he's getting closer to a toss-up on this match, and he's gaining. Nick has to feel deflated over the last little section of this match, where his lead is growing smaller.
Yeah, I mean, he was up 5-1, and now it's within a game, right?
Yep,
6
and
to
Randy
5?
played a really, really nice sort of pressure half ball cut on that on that 8 ball right now. And we have a match on.
Yes, we do. Possibly going hill. I mean, the beginning of the match, it almost seemed like we're going to have
Yeah.
a early match.
So is he still hitting the second ball here? Yep, good clean hit on the 5 ball.
Drops a stripe. And a solid.
Well, that's opened up nicely. The real question before you say, yeah, stripes, the 2 yellows down there. Well, they probably both go. The one goes past the 9. The real question is, what about that pink 12 ball stripe ball?
Yeah.
If you think, after he can go eyeball it, and he'll know.
If you're on the left side
If you
of it.
think from kind of you can just pop that in and it goes and it's no problem.
Yeah, like if the cue ball is where the 8 ball is, you could drop that 12
Yeah,
ball.
And stripes looked very nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. Strips. Strips are the way to go here.
You could get out with solids too. You'd have to get really nice or something special to get on the 5 and the 4, the orange and the pink there. So easier stripes. If that 12 ball stripe is sitting nicely, And the fact that he's chosen them tells me he thinks it is. He's going to mop that. Because the 11 ball doesn't go in the side pocket. He kind of has to play a big draw shot here now, I think, and hope to get on either one of those two balls.
Well, if it was coming back just a
That's
little
not
more.
That's not bad. That's actually really good. I wasn't really thinking that. But he does have a nice shot, and he's actually on the nice right angle here. This should be just a gentle roll-in shot, and I think he'll automatically be on the 12 if he can just drop this 11 ball into that long corner pocket. And if he executes this shot nicely, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel in this rack looming ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is not an easy shot by any means.
Nope.
It's
not automatic. He's not dead straight on it. He's got to cut it.
And he almost does have a little bit of a cushion here if he misses, because Nick's got to work out the 4 ball.
Sure. You definitely don't want to miss this, but
Oh, no.
but yeah, it may still be a little tough for solids. Just key here is just get it in, just roll it in.
Nice.
I feel that just a plain rolling gentle shot here will leave him perfect on that pink stripe. See if he's comfortable hitting it that soft.
Got to watch the scratch on the side, too.
Nope. Felt happier spinning and stunning over. Probably put a little bit too much spin on for that angle, which is why it went to the left of pocket.
So, the 4 ball is the only problem here, and I think he can use the 5 to negotiate that obstacle.
Yeah, and the 4 and the 5 go in the side pocket, but they also both go in the pocket where the 1 ball is after the 1 ball's gone. So the 1 ball's kind of in the way there. So maybe just get rid of the 1 ball now.
Yep.
And then use the 2 ball to get underneath those balls.
Yeah, I like starting with the 1
And
ball
actually,
here.
hold on, the 5 ball goes straight into that nearest corner pocket, doesn't it?
Well, that's what I was saying. Use
Yeah.
that 5 to go into
So
the 4.
Yeah, okay, so just get a nice angle on that 5.
Ooh, he got on the wrong side.
And that's
I
just
think.
what he's tried to do there. A little bit steeper than what he wanted.
Yeah, I don't think
He
got
can
on
roll this 5 ball in, but I don't know if he solves the 4 ball from that angle.
No.
And the fact that he's not shooting it tells you he doesn't like it.
He can use that 6 ball to get back onto the 5. Yeah, so now he can just use his 6 to get onto the right side of the 5 to bust that 4.
Are you saying draw back and play the 5 in the corner?
Yeah, draw back on the
Yeah.
6 and then get to the right side of it so you can go into the 4. And that way you have the 1 ball. So it's going to be 6, 5, 1 is going to
So
be
this
the
shot
pattern.
is real critical, isn't it? You're saying just bounce off the rail, a little stun out to the middle of the table. Got to get the speed right. Don't want to hang and get too close to the 8 ball.
I would try to draw it off the rail, kind of to like almost where the P is in P shower, like the bottom of
Okay.
it.
The 4 ball might go too. Does the 4 ball go past
I don't think it
the pink
does.
stripe?
Just got to draw a nice controlled draw here. It didn't came off the rail, it just didn't
Yeah, and
draw.
that's the problem with that shot. It's
Yeah.
a touchy little shot. It's not automatic.
Yeah.
Had to stun and draw back to the middle of the table.
So the problem with shooting the 5 here, I'd almost consider the 1 to try and get again on that 5.
He might be tempted to play a tricky inside English shot. To hopefully.
Oh, and come
Still
back into it?
Yeah, and it may
Yeah.
not even be possible looking at it.
I don't know. Yeah, putting that much inside makes this shot really tough.
I mean, he could shoot the 1 ball and try and get a better angle. Let's see if he can disturb these 2 pink balls. He played
Look
off
at
the 4
that
ball.
shot.
Who thought
Look
of that? What a
at that shot.
That's brilliant. I don't know if that 4 goes. Is he going to get rewarded? That was a great shot. He played it to kiss off the other ball
I think that 4 goes.
so that he could open it up. And if he has, he's earned himself a real chance here. It's a touchy shot, this.
Wow.
Just got to make sure he does not make contact with the stripe ball
Yeah, he's
as,
really got
as he breathes past it, but he's going to be very, very close.
he's got to cheat it as much as he can. Oh, he had room all
Too
day.
much, yeah. Who would have believed you could have missed that?
He had a full pocket there.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was a lot closer.
That may have dragged around, too, with a little bit friction.
Oh, unfortunate roll there. The thing is, I mean, right now that 4-ball's blocking.
Yeah, so he definitely, that was one thing going for him on that shot, is he did end up. So I think he's going to try and kiss the 4-ball in and hope
That 12
to
blocks.
snooker Nick on the 1-ball. But it's a real tall order. The 1-ball's hanging. To control all of those, that 12-ball strike was supposed to be in the way. He may have actually probably trying to get behind the 13 there.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
And that,
yeah.
it was absolutely super important that you got the cue ball there.
Yeah, because that was.
So Nick's got to judge this. There's several, you've got 6 different pockets on the table for the 8. 8 ball's right in the middle of the table. You got to pick one, and he has. And he's got on it nicely.
Randy Parlick is saying he can't hear anything, so I can't give you any advice on turning up your whatever device it is you're working on, because I'm pretty sure everyone else has been able
Well,
to hear us.
If he can't hear you, your words aren't helping him.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Like, I can't give you any advice.
Nice shot. Half ball cut on the 8 ball into the heart of the pocket. He earned himself that with a really good breakout shot. Did you save that?
I did. The 8-ball shot?
Oh,
Or which one?
what do you have in the save? Let's have a look.
Well, I saved a lot of shots. This is.
But you can only do the last one, right?
Yeah, I can only do the last one. Kendall's asking if I can turn up the volume, but I don't know where the volume is on the soundboard here.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm looking. There's a whole bunch of dials. This is a newer soundboard. I haven't really messed with this one too much. But, I mean, I'm looking at our thing. I mean,
And
it's going right into the yellow
Yep.
and touching the red, so we should be good.
It's clipping out. So there, Nick put together a nice little finish there. Made sure he made the 8 ball. Breaking 3 games ahead, away from his goal.
Randy Partlick is saying he was talking to me. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, Subkiss says she can hear us perfectly fine.
Oh. So I made a good contact on that one. Blast the balls all over the table.
Dropped a solid
Opening them
and a
up
straight.
nicely. That's a really good result there. You couldn't hope for a nicer result from a
Tell
break
you,
shot there.
Both of them are breaking really well. I mean, a lot of open breaks and dropping balls.
So you could pick solids or stripes here. I think, you'd probably can see yourself clearly with solids quite nicely. He's got 2 groups of balls, these the one's up table and the one's down table, 3 on each end. He's got to choose now which end he's going to start at.
Yeah, you could really choose either one here. I like solids.
If you're straight on the 5, you know he's not completely straight, but if he can hold there, he may just because he's so good on it. If he is,
I'm saying this is going to be a break and run right off the bat here.
yeah. And so the orange, yellow, and pink up at this end, the bottom end of the table, as you look at it on your screen. Maybe mop those up first, and then nicely transition down with the 3 ball.
Yeah, use the 3 ball.
He's
to
not
get to
really
the-
nice on this 5. He's got more angle. If he was straight on it, he might have shot it in already.
I like what you're saying. Mop up the 1, 4, and 5 here, and use the 3 ball to get to the 6, and the 6 to get to the 2.
He's playing a little draw shot there, like he's trying to get himself in trouble.
He's gonna have to take that 3 now, or he could play the 4.
Yeah, I think I'd rather the 4. They're
Yeah,
both a kind of
4.
similar angle, aren't they?
Yeah, I like the 4 ball.
Yeah, just if you can bear down and make this 4 ball.
I try to get straight on the 5 if I could here.
He can't scratch in the opposite side pocket because the 5 ball can protects him from that.
Yeah, I'm playing this 4 down, and then trying to just draw a little bit back to get straight on the 5.
Yeah, hoping for a shot. Yeah, an easy shot on the 5.
And then, like you said, use the 3 to get to the rest of the balls. He's going top here. I think you got to draw this. You got to kind of maybe. Well, he's going more middle now. Let's see what happens here. Should come off nicely for him.
Well, he's made a nice shot there. Pocketed it well, at least.
Does he have the 3 available? It's going to be close.
And you shoot that just because it's an easier shot, more likely to make it than the 5.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
what
the
he's
5
doing.
is tough in the even position. So, yes, does he want to get down on the 6? Oh, another rail first shot. He's played a lot of rail first shots, and that was a really, really good one. And that tells us he wasn't on the 3. Clear. He didn't have a clean shot on the 3, and he still preferred the rail shot first to that cut on the 5 ball.
The problem here is he's going to obviously take this 2 ball,
Yeah.
but then that only leaves him to the 5.
Yep.
And then you got to get from the 5 to the 6, which is going to be tough.
Well, I think he can draw this 2 ball in and get on the 6, 2 to the 6, just by drawing. And I think I'd prefer to
He
do
is.
that because you can have an angle on the 6 and got options to get back up table. He just needs to not hook himself behind these stripes.
Yeah, that's the problem with that draw shot right
And
there.
He is in a world of trouble now.
Yeah, in a hurt locker, as we like to say.
He needs a Hail Mary. There's no real safety here. Stripes are looking good. He doesn't want to give ball in hand,
Oh,
so
he got
at
a hit.
least he got a good hit.
Got a good hit.
But it's tough to imagine it going safe. So Randy with a chance here. Randy's very much in this match still. If he can find a way to take this rack here, he's going to be feeling good about his chances.
And what's he doing? What's he doing? Okay.
If he gets himself into trouble here and gives Nick another chance, it's going to be very difficult to stay positive. I'm not saying he can't, and I don't know how Randy is. He's actually very calm. His demeanor around the table, he's not showing much emotion, and he's very calmly going about his business. And that was a really nice shot. He's given himself a chance now to get underneath those balls. It's worked out really well.
Yeah, that really developed the table for him.
He's got a nice shot on the 13, which was the only awkward one to get on, really. The 11, he can just roll forward, and then the 11 goes in the other pocket past the 8. The 9 ball goes in the same pocket, and you've got a ball up table, so there's a couple of different options for him to get on the 9.
Does a 9, you're saying 9 goes past the 8, right?
9 ball goes past the 8, and there's
Okay,
something
yeah.
to be said for if you can use that 10 ball, you've got to shoot the 10 ball sometime. Why not shoot it now, get straight on the 9, and then you can play a nice little stop shot on the 9, and you're on the 11. Doesn't matter if he makes this ball and gets on the 10.
I tell you though, shooting this 9 ball past the 8, that's going to be a pretty big mind game. I mean, it's just going to
Yes,
just messes with you on the shot.
it can. It depends on how nice he sits on it. Now, he's
Yeah.
ended up quite straight on this 10, which is, you might say, unfortunate, or at least not desirable, because it's tough to get off the rail now. But it's very important that he gets a good line on the 9 ball, so drawing back the right number of inches to get a happy shot on this 9 ball. Yeah.
And on the
The
rail.
angle's... Well, it's tough to tell for sure if he's got any kind of angle there. But not happy by being so close to the rail, even just an inch or two off the rail, and he'd feel much better about this shot. He may be able to just roll this in.
Oh, very nice.
forward.
Very nice.
And he's in between.
Yeah, it's
Too
kinda-
far. He's gone too far for the corner pocket. He'd have had to hit that shot way slower, but he may have just been planning on rolling further forward. He is on the 8 in the side. Another inch or a few inches on that positional shot, and he'd have been straight on this shot.
This is a huge shot.
Yeah, this is
here.
a tester. This is a tester.
He's actually looking at it in the corner. I mean, on the overhead, it just looks too tough to cut. You
Turning
know,
moment in this match. If you make this ball, he's right in the middle of this match.
So he's
He-
cutting it in the corner.
If he
Wow.
misses this ball, all of a sudden Nick's just chance to be 2 games away.
The one thing I don't like about cutting it in the corner is you are cutting it so thin that cue ball's flying. And generally
Yeah.
when it flies, it finds its way into a pocket.
Well, it can. Oh, that's a great shot.
Look at that
Really,
shot.
really good shot. That was a tough shot. Thin cut on the 8. Blind pocket. It's tough to aim those. And he slid that in clean.
Take another look at
this
that.
This is a really good pressure shot. And if he ends up winning this match, you'll have to say this shot right here
That's the one that
is
got
part
him.
of it.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, on the overhead, it just didn't look like it could be done.
Really thin cut.
Wow, really nice shot.
Almost overcut it.
Has a nice patriotic shirt there.
Yeah, and it
Stars
sets
and stripes.
7-5. He's not far off being tied up.
Yeah, I mean one more game here and he's within a game. And that's as close as you can ask. Well, you can be tied, I guess.
Okay, so he's going to stay with his second ball break, which has been working very well. With a carbon fiber shaft that he made himself. And by make yourself, what that means is you buy a carbon fiber tube from China.
Another great break.
And then you put inserts into it for a ferrule and something to drill and bore your threads into at the other end.
So I was going to ask him how he's making his sticks. I mean, is he just using a router on a lathe? Or
Well,
what is he doing
I mean,
to
the
get
carbon fiber tubes, you can just buy them.
Yeah, but I mean,
notice that a lot of the carbon fiber shafts, they all kind of look the same. They've got the same kind of finish. The P-Shower is different, and
Yeah, it's got like
and
a
the
wood
McDermott's
finish.
also different. But a lot of the other ones, they're just a carbon fiber tube that you can buy fairly inexpensively, and then
but I mean, you
have
got to
to
run
glue
the
in
taper on it, and you got to get it down to
well,
size.
they're already hollow. You're not really doing much to the size, the diameters, but you have to add something in and glue in, insert for the ferrule.
So it's just not. It's
and
not.
at the other end, you've got to add some, fill it in with a block of wood probably, and that fits good, and glue it in, and
So you're saying it comes to size and tapered? You don't have to.
yeah, they
do
just make
anything?
them. Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep. Because think about this: all these good cue makers who over generations have learned how to turn wood and make a good cue, they didn't also overnight also become chemists.
Yes.
So who's making the carbon fiber tubes? You know what I mean?
Well,
Um,
I get them making the carbon fiber too.
Now, the P-Shower is different. I don't know what they do, and when I asked my guy Steve over there, how are they, what do they do? How do they make those? Because the P-Shower looks like it has a sort of a grain to it, and it's not just carbon fiber. It's a
Yeah, it looks like a wood grain.
mixture
almost.
of, people keep saying, are you sure that's not wood? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Those fibers, it's a mixture of carbon fiber and aramid fiber.
And it sounds different too when you
Yeah.
hit the ball. When you use a regular carbon fiber
It's a
versus
solid, more wood-like type hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have that metal ting like the
Yeah, it feels
carbon
like
fiber
wood.
tubes.
But yeah, so the way I thought when he says you make a cue, you get a cylindrical piece of carbon fiber.
Yep.
And then you still got to put the taper on it, and you got to get it
Yeah,
down to size.
Not really.
Interesting. So another solid break. Might be break and run here again. The 5-ball could be a little tough.
Yeah, and he's going to pop around square, sort of around the angles here, I think. It looks like he's following, and again, a shot where I would have stunned wide into the angles. He's followed on. Got himself in a little bit of trouble there.
Oh, yeah.
Corner hooked on the 4-ball. That cue ball just rested into the side of the corner pocket.
Yeah.
He cannot see the 4.
5 off the 11 in the side. Easy shot.
Well, it kind of generally goes that way, doesn't it?
It's easy to shoot this up in the booth. I don't know what
It's
he's
tough to
gonna do
imagine
here.
any safety options. Negative rolling those balls together. Probably doesn't lead to winning. Is there a nice Hail Mary shot? Does he have a chance to make a ball of the pocket? So he's looking at the 5 off the 11. It's got to hit this firmly and nice and square, because this shot has a tendency to want to go too far forward. And you see the 5 ball was heading towards the side rail. Never had a chance, that one. You had to hit that much harder if you really wanted to make the 5. But however, maybe he was thinking more safety.
Yeah.
Got the 5 at that speed. Got the 5 in front of those balls, and that's... maybe that was one of the main goals of that shot.
Does that 11 go past the 5? I think it does.
Yeah, it's sort of... I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does. It may not be the whole pocket, but he can brush down the side rail.
Yeah, I think he's going to start with the 10 and find his way to the 11 at some point here.
And then, of course, for stripes, if he does start going, he's got to figure out the 8 ball.
Yes, indeed. And
And
maybe
so maybe that's why he's not shooting the 11, because the 11 ball does have a chance to break the 8 ball out or nudge it. And you can still get on the 14 when you play that shot, but he just needs a different angle on it to do that.
Yeah, like right here.
So
Well, actually, he can get a really good one, play his 13, and he can get anywhere he wants to get the angle on the 11 to hit the
Yeah.
8.
a little bit more angle than he likes on this shot, so the cue ball's going to be traveling faster than he wants.
Yeah, that. Yeah, when you're looking at the overhead, you can see that a little bit better.
Oh, and he's hit that very nicely and soft. I didn't know he could hit it that soft, but he's shown you he's not afraid to roll them in at dead weight if that's what the shot requires.
He's got to be careful. He pockets too many balls before developing the 8 ball.
Right? And there was a problem there before, in a previous rack where he kind of shot off balls. And we don't know what he was thinking, and he may have had plans that just didn't get the right angle on. But yes, basically I'm feeling a sort of an alarm bell's going off when I'm shooting a shot like this and thinking you've got to get on the 11 ball as soon as possible.
Yeah,
If you can shoot it in the first shot, do it. If it takes 2 shots to get a nice angle,
I think this
Do
is the
it.
time to do it. Get on the 11 here, bust out the 8.
because you just have more plan Bs and plan Cs available to you if it doesn't go quite right. That's why you want to do it early. And
Jarred it. Still no easy up for Randy here. I mean, he's got to get to the 5 ball somehow, and I don't really see a good path.
yeah, so the angle he has on this forward is kind of critical. He's got to go. There is a path, banking backwards and forwards. So just miss the pink 12 and back out with the right speed, or go so far forward you go into him.
Wow.
It's not
But
bad. I
think
mean,
he
it
got
turned
hooked.
out not good.
Yeah, you got
It's not a bad shot choice, and he could have got a little bit luckier there with that. If he was really planning on going into these balls, which I suspect he probably was.
What's he doing
You
here?
could call him a little bit unlucky there.
Oh, he's going 3 rails, kicking 3 rails into the 5. Kendall almost made this shot today.
Oh,
We
really?
were playing a ring
3
game.
rails to kick the ball in?
Yeah, but only the 5 would have been locked on the rail at the
So,
second time
yeah.
in, and Kendall hit it so good it just rattled out of the pocket.
And the stripes are
I
not in
couldn't
the
believe
way.
it.
There's a
Oh
gap
my
right
god!
there.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was a valiant effort, and he was rewarded
Yeah.
by A, not giving ball in hand, and B, not selling out
Well,
necessarily.
Nick might get ball in hand after
Um,
this because he's going to play a pretty good
Yeah,
walk-up
that's
save
right.
here.
Yeah, you don't have to be crazy, and you can shoot the 11 all the way up if you know that.
I would.
Well, you just want to make sure you don't give him a shot on the 5. Yeah. So get this 11 off the rail.
Yep, and that's perfect. But he's got a path to the 5 here.
Yeah, you don't want to give him an easy kick shot. You'd like to have actually really gone up table and given him a
Yeah.
chance to give you ball in hand.
Yeah, I liked going up table.
Ball in hand would have been nice. Oh, he's going this way, so he's not actually guaranteed to hit this ball. The other way he could have guaranteed to hit it, but this way he's got a chance to make it. And
look at that shot!
Guarantee you he called that. So that's a really, really good shot, the aggressive way,
Oh,
which gave him a chance. And
we're going to take another look at
yeah,
that shot.
that was a really good shot. He's got one more tough one. This 8 ball's no gimme.
Yeah, he's got to walk it across.
He's earned himself a chance to shoot at the 8. He's going to choose, do I want to use any kind of spin on this, or do I just need to try and hit it
Well,
accurately plain?
And because he's right-handed, it
I
makes
think
this
he's got to play, just
really
hit it
tough,
plain.
actually.
Maybe hit the rail first and spin it in.
If he was left-handed, this shot would be a lot easier.
And that's what he tried. It looked like that was a rail first, spin it in type shot. Close, but no cigar.
Well, let's look at the shot that got him there. It was this kick shot.
Yeah, this kick shot's really good. This came from Nick's safety, where he didn't really leave it that safe. Helped by the 14, and he knew that 14 was there to help him. Randy played that shot really well. And he's just fallen short of the post, and Randy's fate now is in Nick's hands.
Nick got a little tough here.
He did. I think he's got a clean shot on the 11, which he has to bear down and make.
Either you got to risk it going past the 12 or play it in the side and try not to scratch or get funny here.
Yeah. It's like a stun run through. You want to come forward a little bit so you have a shot on the pink stripe after you shoot this 3. You can't just stop there.
See, that's what I was
Came
worried.
off the ball. That other stripe was in the way. Or at least it was the way he hit it. Sold out.
And
He wants to make this a nail-biter finish, obviously.
Absolutely. That gets Randy to within 1 here.
That's a huge moment there. It's easy to lose matches, believe me. I know.
Avenue Auto said it looked wired off the 14. I was like, yeah, I don't know. So Randy to break, been breaking well all day. That second ball break.
And he now has a chance to draw level.
Should I check the status on the tournament here?
Yeah, let's see who's going. Who won that hot seat match?
Looks like Pork won the hot seat match, so
Pork won the hot seat.
he won the hot seat.
Yeah, Pork's been playing really well.
So Lyle is still in there. He's playing Xander, or he just played. He just beat Xander.
Lyle did, or
Yeah, Lyle
Okay.
just beat Xander to get into the 4th place match.
yeah, Xander's really, really a strong junior player, and he's one of the few kids who's not afraid to play the adults, and he's always playing in these tournaments.
Well, I'll tell you get into
And-
the 5th, 6th place match at his age up here on a Sunday.
Yep.
I mean, that's really good.
Yeah, and he goes under a little bit unsung probably in the shadow of Caden, our other really strong junior, but Xander is a really, really strong player. He's a wily player. He's Pork's son, and Pork's a great player. And Xander is going to be keep your eye on him because he's an upcoming.
Yeah, and he's younger.
I think he's going to be a really strong player as he gets older.
younger than Caden too, I think.
Yep. But Xander's not afraid to shoot.
I don't know. I think solids are the ball. Nope, stripes are because
Yeah, stripes
Yeah,
just because of the one ball.
the one ball. And I mean the 10 might give him a little trouble, but I think he's going to be able to develop that 10 ball or move the 1 if he needs to.
Yeah, that's right. And the angle he got on this, well, he didn't even get on the 11 there. And if he'd been nicely on the 11, he could have solved your problem that you mentioned there with a
Yeah.
nice little tap on the one ball. But he didn't get there, so he's going to have to get to it another way.
He'd be able to get on it right now with this 9 ball. Oh, maybe. I mean, you got to play a dead stop. here.
These
I don't know.
small little windows. He's got to make sure he picks one. Is he going to draw all the way back and make sure he comes past the 2 ball? It's tough to imagine playing for that tiny window between the 2 and the 8. He could actually play a stop shot on the 9 ball and be on the 11.
Yeah, and that's even a small window because of the 6 and the 8.
It's a small window,
Yeah.
but being just a stop shot, you can be happy about being precise.
Maybe you take the 13 ball here.
You know, the thing about if you do get a stop shot on the 9 and you then have a straight shot on the 11, you can get on the 10 the other way.
Oh, wait, he's got the 11 right now.
Yeah,
Why
and that's
not?
right. So
Yeah.
this way he can follow and play a bump on the 1 and open everything up. And so that's a really nice shot.
Yeah, what was I
You might
thinking?
say he was unlucky to hit that side of the 1. Of course, that's exactly where he hit it. But a full in the face hit, maybe slightly softer than what he did.
He's got the 9 ball here. But it's
He
a
would have
tou-
been
it's a
sitting
tough
really nice.
shot.
Yeah, so he can definitely fire his way out of trouble here if he can make this ball. And let's just see where the cue ball ends
Can he
up.
avoid the traffic? Can he
There's some
avoid
traffic.
the traffic?
He's through the middle. He's got past those,
He did.
and he's short enough.
Now he's got to come back across and play the 13 in the same
Another
pocket.
touchy shot here. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Both balls in the same pocket. The cue ball pretty much has to hit 1 and probably 2 rails
The only thing
and
that
come up close to the 3 ball.
the only thing that can go wrong is he gets hooked behind that 3. Ideally, maybe bump into the 1 just to be safe.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary, this. You don't want to end up drifting behind the 3. It seems unlikely, but... And drifting behind the 1.
I said bump into the 1,
Bump
not
into
behind
the
it.
1, yeah, and that's from over that distance. That's
I said-
risky, isn't it?
I said bump into the 1 to be safe.
And he probably was playing it exactly the way you said. And
Yeah,
he glances skyward. First time he shows any emotion.
yeah.
Not too happy.
Well, we've seen him make these kick shots.
Well, he made another good hit. He kicks well.
God, how often do we see that? Run the table down to 1 ball and get hooked.
Last time he kicked it, he made it and got out. But this time he didn't. Wide open solids.
I'm gonna promise you
A
something on
sigh of
this.
relief from Nick.
If we were playing League right now,
Yeah.
Nick runs this table 99 out of 100 times.
Yep.
Absolutely. There's no way he's not getting out on this rack.
Just got to make sure you pick one. You know, there's a sigh of relief and the emotion that he almost lost his lead.
Yeah.
And a table that you could run in a million different ways in different orders. Look, I've told you a million times, don't exaggerate. So this is key, getting this ball out of here to open up the pocket for the 7. Don't bump the 7. He's okay. He's got a nice friendly shot on the 2 ball in the side pocket.
Or the 7 if he wants.
Or the 7 if he wants.
Yeah, I like the 2 ball though.
Yeah. So you just got to make sure you plan this path out. 2, you know, which way do you like to shoot the 8?
Well, I like
into
playing.
the corner, so you have to get rid of the 1 sooner.
If you can play the 6 as your last ball, it's
Yeah.
really easy to get on the 8.
6 or 7, yeah. So get the 1 out of there, because it's unless you like the 8 in the side. I don't know if you would, because if he shoots this 6,
Yeah, I'd say.
he's kind of not going to shoot the 8 ball in this corner down here.
So he's on his 1.
He's leaving the 1 till last, isn't he?
Oh, he could do that too and play the 8 in the side,
I
but
don't know.
it's a little tough.
Both ways he could right now, but you'd like to shoot the 1 now, draw back a little bit, and then you're easy on the 7 to the 8.
I like that.
This
Yeah.
way, he's kind of saying, I might not play the 8 in the corner. I may play it in the side or even the other longer corner.
Yeah, because if you're playing the 7 ball as your last
Right.
ball, you can just come off the
Yeah,
top
if
rail.
he shoots the 1 ball in now and just draws back a foot,
Yeah,
he can just roll the 7 in for a nice shot on the 8 in the corner.
he's going to come off the side rail here.
So,
Oh, no, what just happened?
and he was focused
Whoa.
on speed control and controlling that stun out to get nicely
Yeah.
on the 1.
Nick just gave
Lost track of the 7.
he just gave a look over to the booth like, what did I just do?
Yep.
Yeah, I tell you, playing League, he never misses that shot. No way.
Now this one's a tester just because he's jacked up against the over the 7 ball, so he really has awkward bridging here. He's a very tall guy, so this might not be as tough for him as it might be for some.
Yeah, and I've been
It's
practicing
a
this
thin
shot.
cut on the 13. It's in, but
Uh-oh, is he going to be hooked? He is
this rack has more twists and turns.
doing a twisty-turny thing. I wonder how I knew you were going to say that.
I didn't say that. You did.
Yeah, you were thinking it.
You don't know what I was going to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's too funny.
That's
I'd almost be kicking at it in the side here.
He's kicking it in the corner. Oh my goodness, he gave that a
Almost.
valiant effort. There was 2 different ways that 8 could get there, and he almost found one, kissing it off the solid. He gave it a good chance,
You almost got to bank the 1 here.
but it didn't go in, and he's left Nick a good chance here. It's not a gimme. It's not a swipe the balls, and he's definitely out.
I like banking the 1 ball here. He's going with the long shot. It's
Yeah.
got to be confident with this one.
And you don't really want to end up straight on the 1.
Well, if you miss this shot, you're selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the billiards gods going to say about this 7 ball? Where's that going?
No way.
Where is that going? Oh, it's falling in. It didn't. It stayed there. That is incredible. That one you can thank the billiards gods for. And that
huge sigh of relief here for
that
Nick.
just made Randy's shot here way more difficult. He kind of played
Oh,
that as a shot to nothing.
He left a bank shot here, though.
And this one, there is no shot to nothing. You either try and make the ball, and then you have to get position on the 8. If you try and play safe, you've got to make sure you don't make a bank shot. But I don't know.
He's back banking this in the corner.
He might go safe if it gets past the 8. Don't want to hit the 8. And he did. He played that really well. You know, that's not a bad shot. Not a bad shot at all.
Left a bank shot, though, for Randy here.
Yep, there's a shot to glory.
Not a tough
It's
shot.
definitely one for the highlight tape if he makes it. So here's a chance.
Very makeable. Very makeable bank shot, and he nailed
He's hit it well. He's hit it really well. That's right. There's nothing safe.
Nothing saving the Knights duo here.
And that has brought, for the first time since the beginning of the game,
Tie game.
we are tied up with just 3 racks each needed. A
Yeah.
potential 5 racks left. One of these players needs to get to 3 first. They both do.
Yeah, well, I think it might take a break here, is my guess.
Well, so probably a good time to look at the player questionnaire.
Yeah, so I don't think Nick was able to fill one out. And Nick's coming here to the booth.
Yeah, you got to stay strong. Nick's here chit-chatting with us in the commentary box while Randy takes a little moment. But good match, great match. Who's going to win? We don't know. Yeah, and it's a change of emotions really in the in this match.
Yeah, we're just saying that last rack at League, you run that 99 out of 100 times. That's what I was telling the folks at home. Just stay with it. You'll be good. So talking with Nick here.
Yeah, that was a nice banks. He's made a couple of good pressure shots. You've also made some good shots on 8 balls.
Randy draws level, Avenue Auto. Absolutely. First tie we've had since the opening match here. So see where it goes from here.
Both players are playing good, playing strong.
All right, that door open actually let in some cool air here. It's getting hot in the booth.
Thought we were going to talk about the music. I don't know if you can hear that, but I should close now that Nick's gone.
Yeah.
We're going to close the door again. There
Felt nice with the door open.
Got a little fan here. Direct it your way. And so I asked Randy, something people don't know about you, and he does pool table work. He stretches cloth on pool tables, and he does cue repair. He was telling me he's just bought a proper cue lathe. He used to do tips with just a sort of a metalworking lathe.
That's right, because last week he was wearing his shirt, and it said it has his name on it, and it has a phone number. And I was like, I wonder how many phone calls he's going to get today.
Yeah.
And that was Nick's son, Nick Sr., Nick Jr., just walking by our booth saying hi. He's up here all the time playing.
Yeah, and you can see Randy's cue on the table there. It's the darker wood in that half of that cue is Bacote. And then I think he said it was sort of a type of maple in that lighter part.
Are you talking about in the shaft? Or
no, in the butt half is kind of, you see it's 2 colors.
Okay,
resting on the table there, and the darker wood right before the middle joint is the Bacote.
Mark Bell says, MH, I love the new tip you put on my stick.
Oh yeah, I got to remember what I put on there, Mark. Which one was that? Kamui Super Soft, I think, with a clear pad. Is that right? I do so many tips, I'm not sure. People always say, hey MH, what was that tip you put on my cue last month? I'm like, well, if you don't remember.
Yeah, why? How would I remember?
Guarantee you I don't remember. That whatever you told me.
So Randy's just getting back. We'll be off and running here again. What I could have done is go on to our room overview. Show our stadium view. Got a few people in attendance out there. You can't really see them from this angle. And then we also have our pool room starting to dwindle down here. Getting down to the final few games. You can see Xander over there on table 5 practicing. And now there's Chris G coming across by table 8, the man that keeps this thing running. So, Randy to break.
Sticking with his second ball break here. And why not? It's been working very, very well.
I think I'm going to start that second ball break. I'm going to
Look at
start
that.
practicing that.
Wide open. Looks like the solids have clustered there, so he's going to try and just pick off stripes here and not give his opponent a chance.
Yeah, you know what?
10 ball goes between the 2 and the 3, so it's got a pocket there.
It does. Everything has a home for stripes. Yeah, I think you go with stripes here.
I start with 11 just to sort of get it off because I don't like it, and you're on it.
Exactly. I like that shot as well. Just because when are you going to get better on it?
Okay, he's a little bump, and that's turned out nice. Plays like me, nudging into balls when you don't have to.
This is a good opportunity to get back on the 11 here. If you would hit it a little
Yep.
harder.
And then the other thing just to consider is, are you going to play that combination at the other end of the table, or would you prefer to shoot the 14 first, and then you find another ball to get you on the 12?
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, I think I probably prefer the combination. It's simpler, isn't it? And you hang the 12 for your next shot. Otherwise, it's tough to get on it. Now, the problem with shooting the 10 like he is he's going to bump again into balls, and I know he keeps getting away with these little bumps and contacts.
Oh, he didn't get away with
Well,
that one.
And that's, the 2 ball. That's right. Whenever you move balls, there's a lot of
Yep.
unknown questions if you haven't calculated the path of every ball.
I mean, this is actually a pretty easy bank on the 11.
Yeah, he really is kicking himself that he didn't find a nice way to get out there. He's got a Hail Mary shot on this 11.
I thought he was going to bank it.
Okay, he was
He
trying
did.
to cut it up, straight up the rail. So Nick gets a chance. Now, solids aren't looking very, very good unless he can find a way to get behind this ball. Now, it just so happens he's on the
angle.
2 ball.
Yeah.
And with a nice angle where he can follow forward, maybe play a kiss on the 12 ball or on the pink stripe, get close to there, and then he'll have a chance to shoot any one of his 3 balls down table into the long pocket. So I think that's what he's doing. He's just going to follow forward, and let's see where the cue ball ends up if he has a shot on these
He's gonna
balls.
hit the 8.
It went okay. He was set too wide.
Well, he's got the right angle on the 3 to come back. I
Yeah,
think
it's
you'd have
tough
to
now.
put,
Yeah, it's tough to get down there. This is
you'd have to put a lot of inside if you don't want to run into the
or
mess.
outside stun. It goes square off 2 rails, through the middle of the pool table, off 2 more rails, and ends up behind him. Kind of like what he was doing there. If he'd gone a little bit wider, he could have got to end up underneath him. That same shot with just a little bit more draw.
So he's playing that combo shot you were talking about.
Yeah, so Randy's looking pretty good here. And if he does this and maintains position on the 11 at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, you
11
just play
or the
like a-
12, I don't know, I kind of like guaranteeing
Mark says it was a Kamui clear.
Kamui clear, yeah. Soft or super soft. I think. Or was it medium? I don't remember. Never ever put on Kamui hards.
It was either a soft, medium, or
No one
hard.
ever asks for a Kamui hard.
No?
How hards, yes. People like them. I've played with the how hard on my mic here and I really liked it. But nobody ever uses a Kamui hard. So
Yes.
he's just taken this. He could play the combination and have left himself that angle, but he strangely wants to leave this combination till last.
Yeah.
I mean, the nice thing about that is he's mopped up the other balls. The slightly alarming thing about it is you have to hit it just right and make sure you end up with a shot on the 12 ball. Now, if he hits it slow enough, dead weight, that should be no problem, and this will look easy. But it's easy to hit it just wrong, hit it hard, hit it instead of straight, catch the 14 at an angle, and the 12 ball drifts away.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's lovely. He's going to be real happy with that.
Now, what do you do here? Do you play 8 in the side? Do
8
you
in the
try
side.
to come out? Or
No,
do you-
definitely. You don't need to
No?
do anything silly.
Okay.
Because you could even play a stop shot here on the 12 and you'd still be on the 8, but you want to let it drift a few inches up and get nicer. But at no point are you hooking yourself or going through a dead zone.
Yeah.
So it's simple. He decided to play a little stun instead of a follow either way, but he's got end up nice. Little stun.
This would be to take the lead for the first time.
Yeah, and this ball going in is a dagger to the heart of the Nick Leick fans,
Yeah.
Nick Leick fans out there.
I tell you, being down 5-1, it did not look good for Randy,
Right.
but he has battled his way back
And
and he's
now
on top.
Randy's got the momentum.
Yeah.
Breaking, and if he
Well, I think it was that. So it was 6-3. It would have been the 9th rack they were playing, and I said I was like, if Randy wins here, he gets within 6-4. I mean, now the pressure is getting put back onto Nick.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And this next rack is key. It's critical. If Randy gets this, he might break and run it. And if he wins it, he's on the hill, and Nick's got his back up against the wall. If Nick wins it, it's neck and neck.
Yeah, because
And he's back in the match with a swing of momentum. So this rack here is really, really critical.
Yeah, Randy has won 7
Yeah.
of the last 9 racks.
Yeah, and Nick
so-
needs to remember that he's still dangerous. He still has a chance here. Don't do anything too crazy because he is playing good. He just needs to find a way, by hook or by crook, to steal this next rack.
and
But
can-
Randy's breaking so good and playing so well. It's up to Randy whether Nick even gets a chance.
I'll tell you, the breaks of both players today have been really, really solid.
Yep.
Opening the table up, dropping a
Sure.
ball, controlling the
And
key.
that's another good break where they opened up, and just lady luck sometimes makes things awkward. So this is definitely not as simple and easy as the last rack. And he's got some problems to solve, and he needs to keep mental resolve here and work his way through it rather than just shoot.
Yeah, I mean, solid. Just the 3 ball's a problem.
8-ball can be a very complex game, and you've just got to stop and try and figure out a plan. You can't just start shooting at balls without really having a plan how to solve all your problems.
Now, the only problem for stripes is the 11 ball. I think the solids, they just seem like they have more problems. So does he pick stripes
Yeah,
because of that?
Well, what do you do with the 11 then? Need to answer that question before you say, yeah, I'm playing them.
Well, this is the way I'm thinking about it, is if I'm solids, I can use a 4 ball to solve my problem. What am I going to use to solve that 11 ball?
Right.
So I think because I can see the way to solve the problem
Yep.
for solids,
That's right.
I go that route.
Sure.
With stripes, I don't see an easy way to solve that 11 ball
Yeah.
problem.
Now, Solids does seem to have a problem with the 7 ball too.
Yeah, it does not go by that 12, does it?
But you don't have to be desperate knowing that the 11 ball is stuck for your opponent. So you can go at this and try and break it out and try and do it early before you lose too many balls. Find a way to get an angle on the 4 ball here, I think. And a little nice angle on the 4. He's doing it right now. So he's not really going to be able to hit the 1. But he can
With the 3.
hit the 3 out.
So that's,
And that's nice.
one.
It was nice for him not to hit the 11 there, and he just missed the 11 and hit the 3. The 11 goes now, so the pressure's on him a little bit here. He's opened up stripes. And he still has a problem on the 7 ball. So the alarm bells start to ring just a little bit.
Well, the 7 does go in the corner by the 3 once the 3 goes down, but how you getting there?
He now doesn't have a safety net, though.
No, not at all.
And you've got to solve those other problems first before you play any shot that opens up your opponent's balls. If it played some kind of bank shot on the 1 while still leaving the 11 hidden, that was a free way to break it out.
I think he was just looking at banking the 2 ball in the side. It's a tough shot. And it might actually come back and...
Yeah, so is there space around the 10 ball both ways? And he did. And he played a
Absolutely.
really, really good shot there.
Wow. And we will be taking another look at that one.
Yeah, that's a really nice
We
shot.
might have another bank shot on the 1 ball here.
Yeah, he's still not out of the woods yet.
Yeah. I mean, he has the 6 ball, but there's nothing after that.
Yeah, the 1 and the 7 are both problems. Banking the 1 ball seems reckless, but it gives you a chance to kiss into the 11, and balls may move, and you may somehow find that the 7 ball opens up.
Cutting the 3 ball. This could be a path to nowhere. Was he able to hit the 7? No, he missed it.
Yeah, and eventually he's going to be forced into banking the 1. But yeah, I would like to have done it previously, although this is a much nicer, more makeable bank shot than the previous one, so maybe that wasn't so terrible. I suggest that he still has to have a good heavy hit onto the 11 and roll the dice a bit. Look at that, he did. That was a great shot.
Do we look at that one or the previous one?
The next one.
No, we got to have both of them for the highlight reel. So he's saying the 7 goes by. I don't know that it does.
Well, it sure does.
It absolutely does.
And
look at this tear Randy is on, man.
Almost got through that gap
Oh,
to get a position on the 6.
Nick is probably
But that 13 ball just rolled in the way.
Yeah, Nick is probably wiping his brow on that one.
So, and this is a big moment here.
Yeah, because this is a rack to get on the hill.
Another kick shot. He showed us he's good at kicking, so I think he's got a very good chance of getting a good hit here.
I'd be really focused on just
And
getting a hit.
he definitely also does have a chance of making the 6.
My God!
There's another one for the highlight tape.
Are you kidding
He
me?
gets a little bit lucky. He hit it well, though. I mean, he deserved a good roll there
Wow!
because he made a good contact on it.
It's like those YouTube videos where,
That was incredible.
yeah.
And he got perfect position on the 8. So you can thank Lady Luck a little bit, but he was bold enough to go for that shot and that kick shot.
Let's look at that again. It double kissed in
That is an amazing shot. He hit it pretty good
and got perfect on the 8.
and got a lovely little second kiss. And that kiss sent the cue ball into a perfect position on the 8 ball. I'll watch this shot one more. Okay. Let's not watch it one more time. No, it's right. No, it's just. But that was a really good shot. A little bit lucky.
Yeah, Nick's
backs up against the wall now. Randy's
yeah.
got to the hill. But Nick is a fighter. He is definitely not giving up. He knows at the beginning of the rack he was dominant, and he knows it's possible to do that again. And he did go 3-0 up, so he knows he can win 3 racks in a row, which is what it's going to take.
That was our first break and run. I mean, honestly, there was so many opportunities for break and runs for both players today, but that was our first one of the day.
I don't think so. I think there was one earlier. I remember mentioning it.
There was a run, but it wasn't off the break.
Oh, gotcha.
I think Nick had a run. Or no, that was in our gesture. I don't know. Maybe there was.
So here you go. I feel like there was one. I think Randy had one. I think Nick had one too. But he's broken. He's had another sledgehammer break. Blasted the balls open. The Nick's fate is in Randy Smith's hands right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All Nick can do is
he's got to choose solids or stripes here.
Solids. Yeah.
I was thinking stripes, and
no, I like the solids.
Solids also looks very good. Yeah, no, okay, absolutely. Solids look great. He's going to drift forward here, and if he
this
gets
is the key shot.
Yeah,
if he makes this and he drops in between the 12 and the 9, he's going to be golden.
Yeah, either
It's
that or
simple.
follow forward to the other side of the 12 and come off the rail and end up with a nice shot on the 3.
Just like that.
Okay, he played your shot, yeah.
Yeah, just in between, because, I
Through
mean,
the
look at all
gap.
the options you got. Yeah.
Yeah?
Now you got to decide what's the last ball. What are you going to do?
Right. Now he's going to shoot the 1 and go down, so you got to make sure you get on the 3. So 2 balls at this end of the table. He's got to...
He's got to
He's
allow
got to make
himself,
sure, in order
yeah.
he doesn't run into trouble here, he's got to get a nice angle. He's shooting the 7 here. Get a nice angle on the 6 ball that he can drift
to
up
the
table.
3.
Careful that he doesn't overshoot it and hook himself behind the 8 ball when he's getting on the 3.
So we're going to have back-to-back break-in runs to end the match?
He's got... Well, that would be a strong finish, wouldn't it? He's got the shot that he wanted here. He's just got to make sure he doesn't hook himself again.
Only thing that can hook him is the 8 ball.
And the last rack, he hooked himself when he had a chance
Only
to
thing
get
that
out.
can hook him is the 8 ball.
And there it
what did he
was.
do?
It was just waiting to happen. You had to hit it super soft. And I
He
think
can
shot
spin
it. Yeah, he's just soft enough.
Yeah, he can spin around
He's got a reasonable chance at this. Yeah, a little flick it in with a little bit of left-hand spin. He's got to make sure he doesn't hook himself behind the 15.
Oh, my God!
Yeah, that was kind of natural.
Oh,
That was kind of natural. So now he's going to go for his jump cue, and he's got a chance
tell you,
for
Nick,
this shot to win the match. He has a tendency in the last 2 racks.
Oh
He's hooked
my
himself
gosh.
3 times,
this would just be an incredible ending.
and none of it has stopped him yet. And there it is. Incredible shot. He got himself in trouble in both the last racks and made amazing recovery shots and won those racks despite running into the trouble and having to play out of the sandpit.
Look at this jump shot.
Great shot for the match.
2 break-in runs.
Nick's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah. What a way
Nick
to
played
end.
good.
Wow.
And Randy stayed super strong and came back.
Yeah, Nick played well. I mean, just the last few games, there's nothing Nick could do. I mean, Randy was breaking and running, so.
Yep.
But awesome match here today. Nice comeback from Randy.
Yeah,
Down
kudos to Randy
5-1.
staying strong when he was behind it.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you, never give up.
Like to
condolences to Nick there, who played a valiant effort and showed moments of brilliance.
Yes, absolutely.
No doubt about it. I'm sure he's going to be back, and we'll see a lot more of Nick.
But I'd like to thank everybody for joining us, and don't forget to tune in Friday for King of the Hill. And as always, we'll be back on Sunday.
Sunday next week. Randy Smith will be back for his 4th week in a row.
Yep.
To maintain his crown and generate a long run. I think
Yeah, he's been. I mean, his last 2 racks here were
he's
played great.
He's been playing well.
But hey, Mitch, appreciate you joining me in the
Thanks
booth.
for having me, Patrick. Appreciate it. And we'll see you same bat time, same bat channel.
All right, folks, take it easy. Signing off.